All right, welcome back, everybody, to semi-final match number 2 between Osaka and Anisimova. We're going to see who plays Sabalenka in the final. We just watched one of the, and I'm not even going to, pretend like I'm not even going to have a debate. That match we just watched was one of the best WTA matches of the year. It might be top 3, might be top 5, but that match that we just watched between Pegula and Sabalenka, that will be on the list of nominations for Match of the Year because that was huge, high level, intense from the start. The only thing it didn't have was, Pegula breaking back in that final set. Sabalenka got the break and held onto it, right? And I mean, she held onto it because she was, under pressure so much. But that was that was crazy. That was the best. That was so good. But now we got the second match. A lot to live up to. I don't know if it's going to be how's it going to be as good as that last one? I don't know. But we'll see if Anisimova and Sabalenka... By the way, Anisimova and Osaka have played epics before, so they have played some epic matches before. All right, best of the match of the tournament so far. It's hard. Like the only one that I would say is on the same level of, I guess, what do you call it? Like the other best one was Krejcikova Townsend because it had the 8 match points. But I don't know if that, I doubt that the level of that match was the same as this. A great semi-final worthy of Grand Slam. Like that is a Grand Slam semi-final. Yep. That felt like a big, humongous semi-final. Everyone just wants an American to win the title. Naomi will take it all the way, though. Okay. The second set tiebreak was at a high intensity, but not the whole match. Yeah. Whereas, that last match, Sabalenka 4-2 up, and then Pegula breaks back, comes back, wins a set, and then Sabalenka was, in that second set was winning, and then the third set was just like Sabalenka gets the early break, and then every service game was just intense from Sabalenka's side. And Sabalenka had to clutch it out every time. 100th win for Sabalenka at a Grand Slam too. Nice. Well, what a win that was too. French Open final was definitely up there as well, for sure. French Open final for sure was up there on that same level. And the Wimbledon semi between Sabalenka Anisimova was up there as well. But that one was the points were finishing with winners. Like they weren't or forced errors, right? There was no double faults really in that final set anyway. Double faults or just bad. There was no bad tennis, It was just so high level. Intensity, it was awesome. Which men's match was as good as this one? I wouldn't put it on the level of a Sincaraz. Probably Fritz Alcaraz. Like it's kind of then again, the French Open final was like a whole nother level of ridiculousness. Are you talking about for this tournament? Probably none, because if you're talking about for the US Open, the best men's match on the US Open we've had is yet to come because we've got to watch tomorrow. But yeah, none of the men's matches this week have been that high level. Yeah, we've had, Sinner played at a very high level, but he didn't play nobody matched him, right? And Alcaraz hasn't played his highest level yet. He hasn't had to. Maybe Djokovic Alcaraz tomorrow could be potentially on that level, but yeah, I think on the men's side we've had a match like that. Like two players playing ridiculously well. But also the best part about that was the different styles. Like that's what made that match so interesting too, right? That like Sabalenka with her massive hitting against Pegula and her counterpunching. Like, that's what made that match so interesting too, because you'd have Sabalenka hitting massive ground strokes, and then you have Pegula just defending like crazy and hitting passing shot winners on the stretch, and like it was just such a great style matchup, right? Whereas this one's going to be a little bit more same play, like, you know, same style, right? Same type of player. So we're probably going to get a lot more like big serves and winners in this one. Not too many rallies, you know? So it's probably not going to feel like this one's, it'll be a bit more serve bot and a bit more, you know, who serves better wins, right? Whereas that last match, it was like Sabalenka's power versus Pegula's, you know, defense and counterpunching. You know, it's great. I love it. I love those matchups. I love those kind of matches. All right. But let's see. Who's going to play Sabalenka in the final? Is it just me, or does Anisimova look more fit than Wimbledon? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She's definitely had a better, like an easier road than Wimbledon to this stage. She's had 1 3-setter, I think. So maybe she's not as tired as she was at going into the Wimbledon semis. But then again, the Wimbledon semis, she also, you know, played a tough match there too, right? Let me have a look if... so yeah, she played... Remember how she played Sigemund in the quarters? No, so that was Sabalenka. Wrong name. She played Pavlyuchenkova in the quarters. That was straight sets, but close second set. And Anisimova played 2 3-setters to get to the quarterfinals. So Noskova was a 3-setter. Gelfi was a 3-setter. So... And then, obviously, Sabalenka was a 3-setter. So I'd say she probably has more gas in the tank than she did at Wimbledon at this stage. Maybe. And Anisimova making 2 slam finals back-to-back would be kind of wild. Yeah, that'd be sick, right? Be awesome. Because back in 2019, if you don't know, we'll go through some lore. If you don't know the lore around Anisimova, right? So back in 2019, she was this close to winning the French Open, right? Not just making the final. So 2019 French Open, we all know that Barty won it, or we should all know that Barty won it. I know that Barty won it because, obviously, I'm Australian. So what happened was, Barty won the whole thing, but let's reverse it. Let's go back a little bit. Osaka was the number 1 seed. We had Pliskova at number 2, Halep's 3rd seed and defending champion, and Kiki Bertens, was in the second round. Now Kiki Bertens, before that, was probably considered the favorite because she is so good. She was so good on the clay. Bertens coming into that tournament, I think she had maybe won Rome or Madrid or done well at both. So Bertens was the favorite in 2019 Wimbledon. French Open, right? One, if not, maybe not the favorite because she didn't have a slam like Halep and Osaka, were, better in that regard. But she still was probably the favorite, or at least considered the one to beat. She retires in the second round. She got sick, couldn't play the second round. So she's out. And that just opened the gates because Serena was there, but Serena lost to Kenin in the third round. Barty ended up beating Kenin in the next round. Barty, by the way, played Pegula in the first round, which is wild. But we're not talking about Barty, we're talking about Anisimova. So Anisimova, unseeded, 17 years old, right? Totally new to this. She was playing the juniors like the year before. She beat Sabalenka in the second round, right? She then goes on. She does avoid a couple of players. She was supposed to play... who was the lucky loser there? Why was there a lucky loser? I don't know why there's a lucky loser there. Who pulled it? Oh, Kvitova pulled out of the tournament. So that opened the gates. She would have probably played Kvitova, but Kvitova withdrew. So that kind of left it a little bit open. She beats Sabalenka. She makes the quarterfinals. She then takes on Simona Halep. She beats Halep, the defending champion, 2-4. Dominated her. Anisimova did. Then goes into the Barty matchup. Was up a set, and I think up a break in the second. like I think maybe 2-1 in the second, and then Barty came back and fought her way through that match and then ended up beating Vondi in the final. But Anisimova was in that. She was up a set. She won the first 7-6, and I'm pretty sure she was winning the second, at least early in the second or maybe the third. But Barty fought back to win. So Anisimova was there. She was right there in the semifinals. Bondi obviously has gone on to win Slam since then, but it was a breakout for her as well. And Barty obviously won her first Slam there. But that was like the start of this, and this was before Gauff, right? Because Gauff hadn't been discovered yet. 1 month later, Coco Gauff makes the fourth round of Wimbledon, and everybody's talking about her because she beat Venus. But Anisimova was first, right? Anisimova was first out of those two, right? 17-year-old making a semi-final. I mean, Nick Kyrgios endorsed her from the start, was like, she's going to be crazy good. Like, watch out for her. Had some troubles after that, personal injuries, things like that. Never really could live up to that, especially with the Gauff, Coco Gauff being able to go on and do what she's done. Wasn't really fair to have them sort of in the same, she did it. Why can't you win this? But now that Anisimova's got everything right, we're seeing how good she is. And we're getting the potential that she showed in 2019, where she almost made a final of a French Open and nearly won the whole thing. If you take her, she takes Barty out, and Barty won the trophy, we can give Anisimova the trophy. Imagine if Vondrousova and Anisimova was that final. That'd be crazy. That would have been a crazy thing to think about now. But that's what happened. That's where Anisimova started, right? So now that she's about to make another final, right? She's only one match away from another final, back-to-back finals. If you haven't been watching, if you didn't know that back then you would be like, oh, wow, who is this? And this is great for her. Another American doing well. But if you watch back to 2019, you'll know that this has been a long time coming, right? The potential for Anisimova has been there from the start, right? She was going to do this eventually if she could get her, not get injured, right? And now we're seeing that. We're seeing how good she really is. And the Wimbledon final didn't do her justice. We saw that and we're like, oh, this, even Swiatek said that. I think she said that in the press conference. She said, I knew that it would be tough today. When she lost yesterday, she knew that it was going to be tough. She knew that Anisimova wasn't going to be the same as Wimbledon. I mean, so that's why even if she doesn't win today in Anisimova, to have like the Wimbledon final and a semi in New York, who says she can't win the Australian Open? I mean, that tournament is made for her. If you look at players who have won that before, right? You're looking at players like Sabalenka, you're looking at Keys, you're looking at Osaka. And Anisimova's in that same conversation. That she's the same player as all of them. So why couldn't she win Australia if she doesn't win today? So again, long time coming for Anisimova to be in the mix. And just injuries and personal hardship has not helped, but she's only 23. She's just getting started, right? Sound like you preaching? I'm educating. I'm just educating. Because some people won't know like that Anisimova was in 2019 that's when she started. People might be thinking, oh, she just came out of nowhere. Nah, 2019 was where she broke out. It's just taken her a few years. 24, sorry, I was close. Yeah, and she holds a 2-0 record over Osaka, and one of the matches they played, Australian Open 2022. When Osaka was still very much, she was the defending champion of the Australian Open back then. Anisimova beat her 7-6 in the third. So, yeah. And they played at the French Open that year as well. I think the French Open that year, it's a great win for Anisimova, but I think the French Open that year, Osaka wasn't locked in. She didn't want to do press conferences and stuff at the French Open. She was, she wasn't really... Osaka wasn't loving tennis in 2022, especially at the French Open. But Anisimova did beat her at the Australian Open as a defending champion, which is a huge win for Anisimova. And again, was one of those things where we're like, oh, Anisimova's back. And then, unfortunately, more injuries happened and took her a little bit more time. But now, she's here again. Hey, is it just me? Thank you for the 1 month. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. And thank you, BJ, for the 32 months. Thank you for sticking around. Anyways, The players are walking out of court, so now we can get to what we're here for. Arian. Thank you for the donation. This isn't fancy water. It is tap water. And thank you, Sevens, for the donation as well. Thanks for the entertainment today. No worries. Yeah, I bought this bottle and I refill it with tap water. So don't get it twisted. That's why it's got sticker on the front, because it's not fancy at all. All right. Which one of these two do you think would be favor in the final? Prefer playing in the final? What Sabalenka would prefer? I reckon that Sabalenka would rather play Osaka. I reckon she'd rather play Osaka. Multiple reasons why. One, the crowd, right? We saw the crowd tonight, how crazy they were. I mean, the final is going to be next level. And we all know that, I mean, Sabalenka has played Americans in the final and won, but also lost. So that's one thing, right? The crowd, I don't think Sabalenka wants to play this crowd if she can avoid it. I know the crowd's going to be kind of on Osaka's side, though, as well, if she's in the final, because of the story of her winning. But, you know, and it'll be a nice moment because, you know, the crowd was not against her, but they were for Serena when she won it first. So maybe, you know, it'd be nice to see the crowd being like fully supporting her. But again, I think Sabalenka would rather play Osaka because the crowd's not going to be intense as they would be for Anisimova. But also, the head-to-head, Anisimova owns Sabalenka, which is weird, but it's true. And they just played, and Sabalenka lost. So I don't think Sabalenka wants to play Anisimova. And also, Anisimova coming to the final would be the underdog, wouldn't be expected to win. You know, Sabalenka would have all the pressure for that. Whereas I think if Osaka wins tonight and gets to the final, a lot of people are going to think that Osaka, you know, aren't going to. Maybe the odds might say that Sabalenka's favorite, but I think a lot of people are still going to think that Osaka has a big chance, right? Whereas Anisimova against Sabalenka in the final of a slam after what happened at Wimbledon, maybe some might be skeptical to pick her because, oh man, or hesitant, sorry, to pick her because they're like, oh well, she played a final last time and it didn't go well, even though she, you know, she has the weapons, but Osaka doesn't lose finals of slams. So that's going to be a whole nother... did I just change my mind mid-sentence? I think I did. We all had that bottle and only refill. Yeah, you buy... This was like maybe $5 and then you just reuse the bottle. Come on now. Just refill the bottle. I like it because it's in a glass bottle, right? I like it in a glass bottle. So it's nice. Easy to clean. Anyways, I still think Sabalenka would rather play Osaka. Because there'd be more pressure on Osaka to win. And maybe less pressure on Sabalenka. If she lost to Osaka, okay, that's fair enough. Osaka's won this twice. She lost to and she would be expected to beat Anisimova. Even if the head-to-head says otherwise. That's what I was getting at. We got back on track and we dunked it. And Anisimova's going to serve first. Oh yeah, no matter who wins this match, it's going to be tough for Sabalenka. But again, if Sabalenka could pick an opponent, I think she'd rather play Osaka. A little less pressure to perform against Osaka. Whereas against Anisimova, especially after what Swiatek did to Anisimova, I think people would be expecting Sabalenka to do the same. Or at least do something. Again, if you take the head-to-head away, which is very important for Anisimova, but, you know, I think people would be like, well, Sabalenka, if Swiatek can beat her, so should Sabalenka, right? Whereas Osaka, been there, done that, won this trophy, doesn't lose slam finals, you know. I think the more pressure will be on Osaka to beat Sabalenka and there'd be more expectation, which means that maybe Sabalenka can deflect the attention a little bit. But we'll find out. Also, Sabalenka would want these two to play at least 3 sets. She doesn't want one of these players winning easily, because then that means she's going to have to play someone who's a lot fresher than possibly herself, because she's coming off a tough match. How many has Osaka finals lost lately? 2. But Grand Slam finals, Osaka's lost 0. So she's won all 4. By the way, Chad, that last match, I know it was great quality, but my God, it makes it so much easier when the matches are great to do my job. It's so much more enjoyable when the matches are crazy good. And like, there was no chance. I mean, we were having like side chats and stuff, like about like GOAT debates and whatever. But we talk about that for like 3 seconds because there's just so much going on. We don't have lengthy 1-hour lectures because there's nothing to watch. You know, it's awesome. I love that. Hopefully we have another one today with this match. I'm indifferent personally, but I feel like Osaka's winning this one. Okay. Pegula was playing better than I expected. Oh, yeah. She was playing incredible. Of course we're watching Alcaraz tomorrow. I hope this match doesn't disappoint. Look, I'm expecting this match to be not as good in terms of like, because that level was crazy. But I also think this match is going to be a lot more about serving and forehands and backhands. I don't think this is going to be like a rally. We're not going to get many long rallies. It's going to be a lot more either forced errors or unforced errors. This is definitely not going to be like the last match. Because these two ladies don't run as fast as Pegula does. They don't defend that as much. They don't even defend as well as Sabalenka does, I don't think. These two aren't defenders. They're looking to attack, and there's going to be maybe a 4-shot rally, and that's about it. We're not going to get long, extended exchanges. And they're not going to come to the net either, because they don't go to the net, these two. So it's not going to be it's going to be a little bit more like, you know, serve and forehand, and whoever does better with that will win. It's not going to be as complex. Whereas like Pegula and Sabalenka would come to the net, they were doing all kind of like, you know, running down passing shot winners, like all that shit. We're not going to see much of that today. In this one. And that's okay. They rely on their power to beat their opponents. Yeah. And these two are very similar in the way they play. So when you get two players that play the same, you're going to expect, especially when they play aggressive, don't expect long rallies. Don't expect, expect it to be big hitting, and they'll hit some powerful shots for sure. But I'm not expecting any sort of, that last match was like every rally was epic. Like they played like point of the match every point. It was crazy. This one will be a slugfest. Exactly. Two baseliners just hitting the ball hard. All right, Anisimova to serve. I've got whatever I said in the preview. I think I said Osaka, but who knows? Backhand return is short, and Anisimova backhand winner. All right, 15-love, and the crowd's got voice again. Hopefully they've got some left, because the last match was crazy. Osaka's wearing the purple, yeah. All right. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve, Anisimova into the backhand of Sabalenka. Anisimova backhand, getting the back of Sabalenka. Osaka, who puts in the net. Chat, we've got to stop saying Sabalenka. 30-love. Can't be saying Sabalenka now. She's not playing right now. All right, 30-love. By the way, chat, we're almost at 300 likes. Appreciate that. 30-love. Anisimova serves a fault to Osaka. Anisimova, Osaka. Anisimova, Osaka. Anisimova, Osaka. Osaka, Anisimova. 30-love. As the return goes into the backhand of Anisimova, backhand of Osaka, into the backhand of Anisimova, and Anisimova hits a long. 30-15. As Anisimova serves again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. There's a double fault from Anisimova. Tell you what, the energy on the crowd is totally different. Totally different. And they have not... this is very quiet in comparison to the last match. 30-all. Got a fault second serve. I think this crowd is going to be a little bit more... I know Americans playing, but I think this is going to be a little bit more of a like the last crowd was like 100% Pegula, right? Backhand rally as Anisimova 4 on the stretch goes to the net and it's 30-40. I don't think they're going to be pro Anisimova as much as they're pro Pegula. Because they like Osaka too. And we don't talk about this because I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I don't want to bring it up every time. But I do think that maybe there was a little bit, and I don't think there's been that bad, but Sabalenka did say what she said after the French Open, and I think a lot of people weren't happy about that, and maybe they remembered that. So maybe even people were cheering a little harder for Pegula in that last match because they remember, they didn't forget what Sabalenka said after the French Open, right? Break for Osaka. I don't think that made much of a difference because more being like from New York, Pegula being from New York and stuff like that. But maybe the crowd were just like, yeah, and she said that thing about Gauff. Yeah. she said Gauff wouldn't have won if it was Swiatek. All right. First game is a break. Anisimova's definitely nervous. We saw her get broken against Swiatek in the first game too. Remember that? Yesterday. Yeah, the Americans love Naomi, yeah. So I don't think they're going to be super, hardcore for Anisimova. Now, if Anisimova makes the final, then that's different. But, yeah, the crowd love Osaka too, so it's going to be hard to... I don't think they'll be cheering as loud when she hits the ball in the net. I love when people say, oh, Anisimova's a very good Russian player. She's impressive. Oh, okay. Good one. Good one. 15 love. So you identify her as Russian. Good one. Cool. She was born in New Jersey, just saying. 15 love. Plays for America, just saying. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand goes out from Anisimova, 30 love. $30 love. I'm going to fold again. Second serve. Second serve, the forehand of Anisimova. Return. Into the forehand of Anisimova goes out. 40 love. $40 love. As Osaka holds, 2 love. Amanda is American, and if she was born in Russia, so what? Well, she wasn't born in Russia. She has Russian family. Her parents are from Russia. She has strong ties to Russia. She's an American citizen. I haven't heard one thing about Russia coming out of Anisimova. Has Anisimova ever said anything about Russia? I feel like I've never heard that. I've never heard her say anything about Russia. Maybe she has, but I haven't heard it. It's like saying, well, Raducanu is from Canada. But she didn't say anything about Canada. Or it's like, I mean, Kenin is way more closer to Russian because of, like, well, her dad's there all the time. She has mentioned it before, like, but I... All right, love 15. I mean, yeah, okay, Anisimova. Maybe it's a Russian last name, okay? I don't think anyone's called Anisimova Russian. Does she call herself Russian? I don't know. If she does, then okay. Anyways, flat start to this match. Anisimova's nervous, I can tell you that. She's lost 10 points in a row. Love 30. Raducanu's Romanian. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Backhand return into the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand out from Osaka. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand down the line. And Anisimova's there with a slice. As a backhand out from Osaka's a winner. Love 40. And Osaka came to play. Anisimova can't get nervous. She can't afford to lose these games. Love 40. Osaka's come to win this title. She's like, get out of my way. All right, love 40. Yeah, look, maybe the Raducanu comparison was a bad example. But again, I know there's Russian heritage for Anisimova, but I don't think she is Russian. And I don't think she has ever said that she is. So you're saying that she is. But I don't think she identifies as Russian. But I also haven't listened to every press conference she's ever had. So, all right, 1540. Osaka still with a chance to get the double break. It's like that Raducanu is Russian. It's not like that at all. Anisimova was born in New Jersey. Forehand now goes down the line to the backhand of Osaka. Osaka in that 30-40. Raducanu was born in Russia. That's totally different. That's so different. Anisimova was born in New Jersey. All right. Still break point, 30-40. As a return, goes into the forehand of Osaka. Osaka gets it out. Dudes, by the way, Kenin was born in Moscow. So, I mean, Kenin's more Russian than Anisimova. So, like, if you were talking about Kenin, I'd be like, yeah, I get you. But Anisimova, I don't think... Yeah, is Osaka from... Okay, she's not from Russia. But do I identify Australian? I am a citizen of Earth. As with a forehand now from Anisimova, that's a winner. That's better. Advantage Anisimova. But you're being dumb now? I'm trying to understand. Somebody basically just said, like, oh, the Russian is playing well. And it's like, okay, well... help me understand. I get her parents are from Russia, but does she say that she is? I mean, she's not from Russia. She was born in America. She has heritage, but it's like saying I have Irish heritage, which I do. 36%. All right, advantage Anisimova. But I don't run around drinking Guinness. I do sometimes. But anyways, 400, that's not the point. Forehand goes out by Osaka. But again, educate me. I'm here to learn too. Point me in the right direction. Help me understand. These two players travel so much, they're citizens of the world. Yeah. But like if you ask Osaka, she will say, I am, from, my parents are from here and I blah, blah, blah. But does Anisimova said that? Because that's somebody is claiming that she's Russian. We're not going to say that if she doesn't like that. If she's like, no, I'm not. I'm American. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. Is just calling someone Russian because their parents were from there doesn't mean they want. Does she want to be known as that, or does she not? That's what I'm asking. Because if she does, then it's like, fine, call her Russian if you want. But I'm like, I've never heard her talk about it. I'm sorry to have started this camp, but I think people have split opinions. That is fine. I think people are tired of me talking about it. You started it. So I disagree. You brought it up, and now people are getting angry at me. Because you're not helping me get over it. Help me understand so that I can move on. All right, 2-1. Also, this match is not lit up as on fire as much as the first match did, so we got less to... We're waiting for this to catch fire. But Anisimova held from love 40s. That's a good start. All right. First serve is a fault from Osaka. Second serve. Second serve. As we're falling down from the line from Anisimova. That's a good shot. Okay. All right. Moving on. Love 15. I love Anisimova's shoes. Those shoes are so bright. Those shoes are so bright. Great serve down the tee from Osaka. 15-all. Yeah, Dutchie, don't ask that question, please. I don't want to talk about it. People are... Move on. We'll talk about... No. I'm just hoping it rains in Guadalajara tomorrow. At this point. 15-all. As the return goes into the forehand of Osaka. Backhand from Anisimova. As Osaka backhand again to the backhand of Anisimova. As Osaka forehand goes wide and it's 15-30. You say the name Eala, people just lose their minds. It's like a secret key, like a secret word that sets people off. So I'm not going to talk about it until I have to. 15-40, and this is able to get back on serve. Just sets people off. People are complaining about Chris Evert's overt cheerleading for Osaka in other matches. Who cares? She's a fan. Who cares? 15-40. Great. She won 18 Grand Slams. She can do what she wants. There's no... why does she have to be impartial? That's so stupid. It's Chris Evert. She can support players. Great return winner. All right. 2-2. We're moving on from people saying Russian. All right. If you're gonna talk about Russian, we're moving on because I've already yapped about that enough, and I still don't understand. So we're moving on. We're back on serve 2-2. Anisimova serves. We're back on serve. I mean, Osaka was up love 40. She could have been up 3-love. Could have been 3-love, and Anisimova might have been having Wimbledon flashbacks, but it's 2-0. And we're locked in. Serve again from Anisimova. Into the back of Osaka. Back in Anisimova is a winner. Lovely inside out backhand. 15-love. $15-love. $15-love. As Anisimova serves a fault, second serve. Well, hang on. Is Mayweather and Tyson fighting? That seems interesting. How does that work? Aren't they two different weight classes? Not possible? No, I just saw something that said it was happening. In spring, yeah, 2026. That's kind of cool though, I guess. I mean, maybe. Is that interesting? I don't know. Tyson Mayweather spring 2026? It's wild. How is that even possible? I mean, it's an exhibition fight. I think that's what it says. But, I mean, that seems... I mean, Mayweather wins, right? Maybe? Tyson, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how that... I don't know. 15:30. I don't know anything about boxing. I just know that they're two of the greatest ever, but they're totally different reasons why they're the greatest, right? One's great defensively and way smaller, and the other one's just a big monster who that doesn't seem fair. 15:30. As we get a 4-4 rally, Osaka again to the forehand of Anisimova. As Osaka forehand to the line at the back end of Anisimova in the net. Break points for Osaka. Now, chat, I did say that this match would probably not be on the level of the last match. And that's because the last match was so good. But we are seeing a lot more errors. We're seeing a lot more breaks already. You know, we just got to lower the expectations after that first match, because that first match just set us. I mean, that should have been the final, right? 15:40. As a return goes in the backhand of Anisimova, backhand out from Osaka. As Anisimova hits it out, there's the break. All right. Anisimova broken again. All right. Osaka's got the lead again. All right. Okay. All right, they're both breaking each other, yeah. But Anisimova has been down break point in every game. Like, Anisimova is serving worse than Osaka right now, because they're both not serving well. They're both not playing great. But Anisimova is struggling more. Like, she was down love 4. She could have been down, 5 love right now. It could have been if Osaka didn't get broken and could have broken the second time. Are you a Bulls fan? Yeah, sure. All right. 3-2. Osaka with a break. As a return goes in the backhand of Osaka. Backhand from Anisimova. To the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova falling cross court. Is out. 15 love. All right. As we return now to the forehand of Osaka. Forehand now from Anisimova. Osaka backhand. Again to the backhand of Anisimova. It's Osaka with a forehand. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka down the line. Goes long and it's 15-0. And the crowd also sense that this match is not as exciting just yet. Why do you never talk about Roger Federer? What do you want me to ask me a question about Roger Federer? Go on. What do you want me to talk about Roger Federer for? What do you want me to say about Roger Federer? 30-15 in this 2025 women's semi-final of the US Open. What do you want me to talk about Roger Federer in this particular match and time of day? Ask me a question about Roger. Go on. 40-15. Is the chat high? They were high off the last match, I think. It was coming down. All right. 40-15. Anyways, good serving Osaka, 4-2. All right. Who's this guy kissing this lady? Who are these people? Should I know these people, chat? Who is this man kissing this woman? Who are these people? They're random people, or are they actual people that I should know? Who are they? And should they be... is this like the Coldplay concert? Come on, is this a Coldplay thing? Did they get busted? Did we just bust them? Uh-oh. Chef Bobby Flay. Okay. It's a CEO. Bobby Flay. Oh, okay. I know who this guy is. I think. Bobby Flay. I've heard of his name. I think. Okay. Cool. He's a chef. 15 love. As the return goes in, the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand now from Osaka, but Anisimova hits it long. 15-all. 15-all. The Iron Chef. I've never seen that show, but I know what I've heard of it. He was the Iron Chef. As we're backhand now into the forehand of Osaka. That's a good shot. And Anisimova hits it in the net. 15-30. Was he the Iron Chef, or was he on the show? I thought the Iron Chef was like from Japan. I thought it was a Japanese show. Wasn't the Iron Chef like originally in Japan? Or Korea? Like in Asia, right? Iron Chef. Yeah, it's a Japanese TV show. I'm not stupid. It's an American version, obviously, right? They adapted it. What is he was like? He was the Iron Chef, or was he a chef on the show? He was one of the Iron Chefs. Oh, okay. So there's more than one. Okay, I didn't know that. I'd never seen the show. I only know it's from Japan. 30-0. He was one of the hosts. Oh, okay. Why don't you talk about Gordon Ramsay? Because nobody asks. I would love to talk about Gordon Ramsay. 30-0. A7T from Anisimova. Totally watch the Japanese Iron Chef series. I would. What are these questions? I don't know. 40-30. Return goes into the backhand of Anisimova. Osaka backhand into the forehand of Anisimova. As Osaka slice. Into the backhand of Anisimova. As Osaka backhand on the stretch. Anisimova hits it in the net and we get the deuce. All right, deuce. Get the deuce. Why are you talking about the Iron Chef and not Roger? We don't talk about Roger Federer because what he did in 2004 was disgraceful. What an absolute meanie. So we don't talk about Roger because I don't want to. Advantage Anisimova. I'll never forget 2004. 21 years later, I'll never forget what he did. Advantage Anisimova. Advantage Anisimova. Now she serves into the back of Osaka. Anisimova forehand cross court. Osaka on the stretch. Goes into the forehand of Anisimova. She goes down the line. Slice Osaka goes in. To the back of Anisimova. She puts it long and we're back to deuce. Don't ask me what he did. I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to remember it. I'm not saying it. Mods ban everybody who says what it was. I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of... You put me in a bad mood. And Nisimova's already hit 8 backhand errors. Oof. There's a bit of fault second serve. Thank you, Morven. At least you're paying attention. Yeah, he cut his hair. That's what it is. When he rocked up to Houston the day to be finals with a new haircut, I was shattered. How dare he cut off the ponytail without telling me? And Anisimova, it's a backhand winner. If Roger, I can't believe it. I've never gotten over it. Until Federer grows a ponytail, I'm not going to ever talk about him. How dare he? He rocks up with his hair cut, and we're like, where's the headband and the ponytail poking out the headband? This is bullshit. And from that day on, I said, I'm never watching this guy. Screw this guy. How dare he cut his hair? Can you imagine? 21-year-old grudge? Nope. He's got to grow a ponytail, otherwise I'm not talking about him ever again. Advantage Anisimova. There's a backhand in the net from Osaka, and Anisimova keeps hanging on. It's only 4-3 now, but she has had to fight. Ludicrous in the house. All right. Cool. 4-3. Osaka could have won this set by now. Oh, yeah, she should have won this set by now. And if she does lose this set by now, then that sucks. Osaka's kind of got to win this set now. It would be devastating for her if she lost. Oh, pardon me. Ooh. Time for some wicked returns from Anisimova. Let's see what happens. Oh, Venus is there. All right. Osaka is just playing with her food, needs to bring it. Yeah. I mean, if she gets broken here, this is going to get real dangerous for Osaka. All right. Here we go. Back to Osaka serve. She has held so far. By the way, Serena isn't there. Otherwise, we would have seen her in the last match. She wasn't featured at all. So Serena is not there. Who lied? How dare you? How dare you get my hopes up? Love 15. How dare you? I didn't see Serena once. There was 0 Serena sightings. This is bullshit. See, now chat, after that person brought up Federer and now this, I don't even know if I want to watch the rest of the match. Somebody tell me where Serena is. All right. Can you imagine if I was that petty? Yes, I could imagine that. Love 15. I love 30. 15:30. You ever mentioned Kyrgios all day? Oh my god. I think it's getting a little bit too late for some of you and you need to go to bed. It's past your bedtimes. Getting a little silly. I get it. It's all exciting and fun and games, but you just need to settle down. 15:30. As a return goes in the backhand of Osaka. Backhand now from Anisimova. Into the front of Osaka. Anisimova forehand again. The front of Osaka. And Osaka in the net. 15:40. This is what I was saying. I'm hoping you're taking notes. Why is Venus considered a legend when she only has 7 slams? Oh my god, that was a silly comment. Anyways, return goes in the net for Anisimova. 30-40. Damn. Anybody want to enlighten the chat why Venus is considered a legend with only 7 slams? Anybody? Hey, Anna, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Only 7 slams is crazy. I know, right? Only 7 is crazy. Great serving, Osaka. And we get the deuce. Yeah, only 7. Everyone's like, what do you mean? I think that answers it, right? I mean, I think she has 7 slams. That's part of it. All right, deuce. As the return goes into the backhand of Osaka. Backhand again from Anisimova. Osaka down the line. Anisimova on the stretch in the net. And it's advantage Osaka to keep the break. I mean, Swiatek has 6, so why? She's not a legend. Yeah, because she's still playing. I mean, she's still, young. So it's we'll wait. Swiatek is definitely a legend. But she's still just getting started, so you got to, time has to pass. You can't get legend status at 22 or 23, right? Advantage Osaka. As a return from Anisimova, strong. Comes back there from Osaka, but Anisimova too strong on the second one. And we get the deuce. All right, deuce. As Osaka serves again. And that goes out by Anisimova on the return. Advantage Osaka. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. First serve, second serve is a let. As a return goes in the backhand of Osaka. Forehand now from Anisimova. Into the forehand of Osaka. Osaka in the net and it's deuce. You can be a legend at 23. Say you have 8 slams at 23. You would be already a legend. I don't think anyone's calling Alcaraz a legend. Or... I mean, what does a legend... What does it mean to be a legend? It means you've had you've done a lot of things in your career. if you've just started your career, how can you be called a legend? You've just started. There's plenty more time to go. The story we haven't even read chapter 2. Venus has 20 years on them. And throughout that 20 years, the legend of Venus has been written, right? Swiatek's story is just beginning. They're going to be legends in time, but they're not legends now because it's too early to say. There's no legend to speak of, right? There's nothing. What's happened? Yeah, they've done a lot of crazy things. You got to wait for it to happen. When they get to 30 or, that's when we can start being like, what have they done? Oh, look at the, you know what I mean? It's 5-3. Osaka keeps hold. But you're right, though. Osaka, what am I saying? Swiatek. She will be a legend, but can't be a legend at 23 when your career is just getting started. Still plenty more time to go to build on that. Anyways, good forehand there from Anisimova. She gets the first point, 15-love. They're champions, not legends. Yeah, legends is like below GOATs, right? Yeah, they're champions. They will be legends. But it's too early. Legends are stories people keep talking about, and the mere fact that we are talking about her endlessly makes her a legend. Charlie, that is a great point. Exactly. We're talking about Venus, and she's not even playing. 15-0. All right. As the return goes in the backhand of Anisimova, but it's out by Osaka. Exactly. The story is still being told. So, yeah. But anyways, Venus is a legend, and she has 7 slams. 30-15. Serve into the backhand is a fault. Second serve. Nadal is a legend for 14 Roland Garros titles. Nah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, I'm the problem. 30-15. As Anisimova hits a... So it's my fault. Okay, all right. Sorry. 40-15. That was my bad. I'm not helping this situation. 40-15. Anisimova. To make Osaka serve for the set. First serve, second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Osaka. Backhand now from Anisimova. Again, the backhand of Osaka as Anisimova wins the game. As that goes out on the Osaka backhand, and it's 5-4. All right. By the way, to Pierre, who thinks I'm arrogant, the reason it's an ongoing joke that we are talking about. So the reason why I don't want to talk about Federer in 2004 is because he beat Leighton Hewitt 6-love, 7-5, 6-love. And Leighton Hewitt's my favorite player, right? So I don't want to talk about the guy who beat my player to a pulp 21 years ago and embarrassed, one of Leighton's most embarrassing moments. My favorite player, Leighton Hewitt, right? But it's also not that serious. It's an ongoing joke. I'm not that hurt about it. But also, I don't want to talk about Roger Federer ever again because he did that and I'll never forgive him. that was also a joke. But you know what I'm saying? It's just an ongoing thing. Yeah, it's too soon to talk about it. Give me 50 years and we'll move on. Anyways, that's the joke. No worries, Pierre. That's fine. All right. All right. 5-4. 5-4. Sorry, it was 7-6 second set. My bad. I've repressed the memory. As we default, double fault, love 15. Love 15. Hewitt will be avenged. Yeah, his son will bagel Federer's son. Love 15. As that goes wide by Osaka, love 30. Love 30. As Osaka serves again. And the return goes to the backhand of Osaka. And Anisimova down the line, forehand. That's a great shot. Osaka gets it back. Anisimova backhand. Again to the backhand of Osaka. Osaka gets it long. Love 40. Chat. Osaka has had so many opportunities to win this set. She has chance to go up double breaks multiple times. But she hasn't been able to do anything. And now she's about to get broken for the first time today. First serve is a fault. Second serve. The second time today. I can read. 2 is more than 1. Second serve. Into the front of Anisimova. Return goes to the front of Osaka. Anisimova forehand in the net. That's 1 saved. 15-40. 15-40. Still break point. $15.40. As we had a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the... Oh no, it was nowhere. It was in, sorry. All right. And Anisimova breaks back 5-5. That was a soft second serve. Lovely forehand winner from Anisimova. God, I'm hungry. All right. Well, I've got a match. Now we need to lock in. Lock in. 5-5. Osaka should have won this set so long ago. Anisimova serves into the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova backhand cross-court. Osaka's there with a backhand on the stretch. Anisimova down the line. Osaka gets it back with a forehand cross-court winner. That's the best rally of the night. Love 15. Love 15. Anisimova serves again. Served on the tee is too strong. 15-0. $15-all. Serve again from Anisimova. Into the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova forehand to the front of Osaka. Great inside out forehand from Osaka. Lob goes up. Osaka comes in with a bounce smash and puts it away. 15-30. Chance to get that break again. 15-30. I just said half a Chinese duck. How do you know it was Chinese? 15-30. As Anisimova serves again. As the backhand goes into the net from Osaka. 30 all. Anisimova needs this game. She's fought so well to get back here. 30 all. Good serve into the body. And it goes in the net in the return. And it's 40-30. As the return goes in from Osaka to the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand. As Anisimova forehand down the line. Great game from Anisimova. Now it's Osaka who has to serve to stay in the set. Great turnaround from Anisimova. Again, she should have lost this set a long time ago. All right. Okay. The duck was Canadian? Oh, okay. All right, good. Canadian duck. Looks like we're heading for a what? An epic? A great match? What are you trying to say? You're allowed to say it in the first set. You're allowed to say tie break. What? It's the final set you can't say that. If you say it in the first set, it's fine. Second set, fine. Third set, you can't say it. It's not allowed. Those are the rules. I didn't write them. We just obey them. All right. Stop writing 7-5 in the chat. It's so annoying. We get it. You can type. By the way, it's 6-5. It's not 7-5. It's 6-5. Somebody get Ronald out of here. And he's spamming. Come on. Be better, Ronald. Be better. Be better. All right, serve out wide. The front of Anisimova. Front of Osaka. Again, the front of Anisimova. As Osaka. Oh, can't get that one. Lovely winner there from Anisimova. Love 15. Love 15. I nearly got a tattoo once that said be better. True story. But then I didn't. The end. Love 15. Ace down the tee, 15-0. 15-0. Four aces for Osaka. Only one ace from Anisimova. That's weird. Serving the back of Anisimova. Back into Osaka. There's Anisimova backhand cross court. Osaka gets back. Into the front of Anisimova. Osaka backhand again. Into the front of Anisimova. Osaka with the front of the stretch. Goes short though. And then Anisimova puts away the backhand. Woo! 15-30. Anisimova is playing very well. 15-30. That lady loved that backhand. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. All right. Second serve. Into the back of Anisimova. She hits it in the net. 30 all. 30 all. As the serve goes out wide, the forehand of Anisimova, but then Osaka puts it away. 40-30. A tiebreak seems fitting. Saying the T word, please. No, you're allowed to say it in the first set. All right, 40-30. 40-30. Osaka serves. To the backhand of Anisimova. Osaka backhand. Into that backhand again of Anisimova. Osaka forehand down the line. Anisimova gets it with the backhand cross court. Osaka gets it to the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits it out. Tiebreak. Who you got winning the tiebreak, chat? Who you got? Who is winning this first set tiebreak? Who have you got? I think Anisimova's going to take it. She's been way better the last couple of games. Osaka. All right, well, fine. Anisimova's tiebreak record, 7 wins, 1 loss this year. 8-4 win-loss record. Osaka. I'm backing Anisimova. I'm going Anisimova. She's a tiebreak queen. She can't lose. You can change your answer in the next 5 seconds. Or not. All right. Anisimova serves. Into the back of Osaka, return to the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand on the stretch. Anisimova. Inside out forehand to the back of Osaka is Anisimova backhand. No, Osaka hit it out. 1-0 Anisimova. Osaka serves. As the return goes out by Anisimova, 1-1. 1 all. Osaka serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. That goes in there on the return. 2-1 Osaka. 2-1. Almost an hour played. All right, 2-1. As Anisimova serves. A fault. Second serve. Will this be a 3-setter? Maybe. I'll let you know. 2-1. Double fault. Oh, man. All right, 3-1 Osaka. (3-1). See, Cam, we told you. Told me what? That it's going to be 3-1? All right, serve. Into the back of Osaka. Return goes to the forehand of Anisimova. She hits it in there, 4-1. 4-1 Osaka. She's got the double mini break. Anisimova's at 22 errors. Osaka hit 10 so far. We told you Cam Osaka's winning the tiebreak. God, you're annoying. 4-1. As Osaka serves. An ace, 5-1. They change ends. 5-1 Osaka. Whew. Yeah, 3 errors and a double fault. You can't be doing that in a tiebreak. 5-1. I saw some of the match at the gym. Nice. It's definitely picked up in like the last like 20 minutes. The first like bit, half an hour, was like both players were playing average and the crowd was like, yeah. But now it's like picked up big time. 5-1. As Osaka serves into the forehand of Anisimova. Return the forehand of Osaka. As Anisimova backhand cross court. Osaka gets it back. Anisimova backhand again to the forehand of Osaka. But it's out by Anisimova. It's 6-1 to Osaka. She got 5 set points. And the crowd is getting told off for yelling and screaming. Uh-oh. 6-1. 1 hour played, by the way. And Anisimova trying to save my prediction. 6-1. She's going to come back, chat. 7 in a row. Return goes into the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand goes long. That's 1. 6-2. She comes back and wins this. You owe me an apology. 6-2. 6-2. Set point number 2. And Anisimova serves. An ace. There we go. All right. 6-3. 6-3. Osaka's got a serve. 2 serves to come. 6-3. Third set point. We take the first set. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the front of Anisimova. Return goes into the back of Osaka. And that goes out by Osaka. By the way, Hawkeye called early. By the way, it should be a let because the Hawkeye said out when the ball was still in play. Like it's in the air. How do you call it out if it's still play? This is going to be a replay, I think. I think this has to be a replay. Because Hawkeye, you heard that right? Hawkeye said out when Osaka was hitting the ball. I don't think it was it a hindrance? I mean, it happened during the point. They've got to change, they've got to replay the point, right? If the point is live and there's a hindrance, it's got to be, like, if there's a call like that, they've got to replay it, right? It said fault. That was a late call, unless it was a fault. I mean, to be honest, it didn't really hinder Osaka. So maybe, I mean, do they? All right, 6-4. That's reasonable. I understand that. Yeah, that makes sense. The coaches don't think so. The coaches are pissed. I guess that makes sense. It's a weird call though because it didn't really hurt. It didn't. Anyways, 6-4. We'll talk about it in a second. Serve into the back, into the front of Anisimova. Return the front of Osaka. Anisimova backhand into the back of Osaka on the stretch. Anisimova down the line. Osaka with the forehand on the stretch. Anisimova again with the forehand in the net. There it is. First set. Osaka gets it eventually. 7-6. Yeah, it's a weird call. Because it didn't really hinder anybody. You know what I mean? Like it didn't bother Osaka, but because she hit the ball and it was going out anyway. But it was called fault while it was in the air. I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird one. But I guess the right call. I mean, she won anyway, so she won the set anyway. But I don't know, because if somebody drops a ball out of their pocket, even though the ball's going long, we've had a hindrance. That's a hindrance, right? And they replay the point. So I don't know. I don't know. The ball was out anyway. Yeah. The ball was going out. The call didn't make any difference. Like, it didn't hinder Osaka. So, but it's just weird because like the point was still live when that happened. So like, even though Osaka lost, I don't know. I think the right call was made. I just don't know if the right call is going to be made like that. Is that going to be a 50-50, right? Does the next umpire say that was a hindrance? I don't know. It's a strange one. But I guess the ball was like going out, so they let it slide. I know it said fault, but it was during the point. That's the main thing. It doesn't matter what was said. It was that there was a technical glitch that made a noise during the point. And the point wasn't technically over because the ball hadn't bounced, right? So I don't know. It's a weird one. But I guess Osaka won anyway, so it doesn't matter. But if it was at 5-all, like, she was probably, the umpire was probably lucky that it wasn't an important point. It was, 6-3, not 5-all. But yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one. If that had gone in, though, they would have replayed the point. 100%. Yeah, the point wasn't actually over. They should have replayed it. Well, that's what I'm thinking. But also the ball was going out, so because like so let's say like if Anisimova like as the ball was in the air said come on, that would have been a hindrance, right? Because if you celebrate before the point is over, then it's a hindrance. So why would that be any different if Hawkeye make a noise even if the ball was clearly going out? Right? I think they're the rules, right? Like, if the ball's going out, you can't celebrate, like, scream before it bounces. I think. Unless you can. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Like, if you celebrate before the point is over, then you get in trouble. So why would it be different? I don't know. Anyways, it didn't make a difference, but something to consider. If it ever happens again, because Hawkeye isn't perfect, Hawkeye glitches a lot sometimes. Like, Hawkeye does. Anyone else notice that? Lions people wouldn't say that. Wouldn't be doing that. Lions people wouldn't be screaming between points. Calling a fault while the ball was in the air. Lions people didn't do that. Anyways, first set, Osaka, like I thought. Exactly like I said. So that's great. I like both, but Osaka is playing well. Fair enough. Didn't Hawkeye mess up Pavlyuchenko at Wimbledon 2 in the quarterfinals against Anisimova? Yeah, something happened there as well. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. Osaka should have won the set 20 minutes ago. I know, right? She was definitely the better player in the first set. Towards the end of this first set, though, Anisimova was playing better until the tiebreak. But Osaka was definitely the better player and shouldn't have played a tiebreak. That should have been a lot easier. But maybe now Osaka can get it going. All right, serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand from Osaka down the line as Anisimova backhand. Into the backhand of Osaka, but Osaka hits it wide. No, you didn't. You called the tiebreak for Anisimova. Pfft. That doesn't sound like me. Love 15. No, that didn't happen. Love 15. As we're serving to the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand from Osaka. As we're backhand down the line. Winner from Anisimova. Love 30. Chance for an early break here in Anisimova. Love 30. And Nisimova's winning 2-1, you reckon? Okay. That's with a backhand down the line from Osaka goes long. Love 40. Anisimova to take the break. Love 40. And that's a good serve. 15-40. One saved. 15-40. No worries, Aaron. We'll see you later. See you later. Hobbs. Wow, Anisimova just smacked a winner, by the way. And fell over. Break. Backhand winner from Anisimova. Sorry, Hobbs. Both these players have a lot to prove. Coming through some tough emotional times. I'm here for it, okay. Anisimova breaks with a huge backhand winner. All right. All right, see you later, Dutchie. Anyways, Osaka with the backhand winner, love 15. First serve was a fault, second serve. As the return goes the net by Osaka, 15-0. 15-0. By the way, Chad, it's that time again. What do I eat for lunch? I don't even know what I want to eat for lunch today. All right, nice serving from Anisimova, 30-15. $30-15. $30-15. As that goes out. Fault, sorry, on the first serve. Second serve. I'm gonna ban the next person who says salad. You're not saying that literally. I feel like that's every time I read salad, it's like, what are you saying? You're saying something. 30-0. Dude, I ate an apple and had a banana. Don't need a salad. You eat a salad. You love salad? Well, good. Eat it. You can have it. It's fine. All right, 30-0. The return goes in the backhand of Anisimova. Osaka goes to the forehand of Anisimova, and Anisimova hits it long. And it's 30-40 to get back the break straight away. All right, 30-40. Serve from Anisimova. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Osaka. Backhand of Anisimova. To the backhand of Osaka. There's Anisimova forehand. Goes long. We're back on serve. 1-1. 1-1. All right. By the way, Chad, I can hear someone mowing their lawn outside. God, it's annoying. Just says, I know it's 1 in the afternoon on a sunny day, but damn it, do they know I'm trying to work? How am I going to work with this distraction? Someone mowing their lawn on a Friday. On a Friday afternoon, it's crazy. And now they've stopped, so sorry. so someone in the chat's listening. It's you. I can hear you. They're listening to this. They're, oh, sorry. Who is that? Which one of you was that? Thank you for turning the lawnmower off. Appreciate it. 15, love. I love 15, sorry. Love 15. No, now it's quiet. That's better. Love 15. Osaka serves. In the back of Anisimova. That goes out in the return. 15-0. That was creepy. 15-0. And Anisimova, by the way, is getting very upset. We've seen this with her in the past when she's losing matches in very high pressure situations. She does get very, very frustrated with herself. 30-15. 30-15. Going to serve again. There's a default second serve. Serve to the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand it from Osaka. As Anisimova forehand to the front of Osaka. And Osaka hits it long. 30-all. 30-all. As the return goes in the front of Osaka, forehand from Anisimova. To the front of Osaka, Anisimova, backhand in the net. 40-30. Osaka to take the lead. 40-30. 40-30. Osaka to take the lead. Good serve. The return goes to the backhand of Osaka, and it's a forehand on the stretch. And then Osaka goes wide with a forehand down the line, and it's deuce. All right, deuce. Both these ladies are feeling the pressure. They both can't hold serve. It's stressful. Serve is an ace. And it's advantage Osaka. Cam, how would you compare this level from the match, the Sabalenka match? It's definitely not on the same level yet. But it is still, it's tense and tight and tough, right? But it's not on the same level. Quality-wise. The quality of the first match was way better so far. But this one has tension. Not like the other one. The other one had tension in the third set, but the first two sets felt like high-quality tennis, but it didn't feel like as nervous. Like the players here are nervous. You could feel it. Osaka to win a 2-1. Whereas in the first two sets of the other match, the first set was a little bit nervous from Pegula, but overall it was like the first two sets were like Sabalenka's second set was pretty cruisy, but the final set was like, ugh. Like nervous, not bad. This is like been pretty tense from the start, but the quality's not the same. So it's like it's different. It's good for a different reason. This one's a lot more like it feels like this is still up in the air, right? At the moment, like no one's really controlled this match. You met Billie Jean King in a project for my job? Nice! That's so cool. That is really cool. My girlfriend wants to spend Christmas out in Australia, but I'm worried it's going to be too hot. Okay. So... What do you want? What are you asking me? What do you want from me? Is that just a statement, or I think that was a statement, right? Cool. Good luck. I don't know what to say. Yes. All right, 2-1. Did Borg retire early and try to come back? Yes, he did. He retired in his 20s and he came back in his 30s. Wasn't a great comeback. Go watch Colt Tennis made a video about it. Borg's unsuccessful return. Tried to come back, but the problem with Borg... I'm giving it away. Go watch the video, but also Borg came back and there was so much change when he was gone. One of the changes that he refused to make was... by not adapting to the new technology of racket. He used a wooden racket when everybody else moved on. But go watch that video right now. 2-1. As we return now to the backhand of Anisimova, backhand of Osaka. The backhand of Anisimova is Osaka running for the drop shot, puts it in the net. Nice drop shot from Anisimova. 15-love. 15-love. Thank you, Andre. Have I even slept? I slept enough. 15-love. 15-love. As that goes out by Anisimova on the backhand, 15-all. That was a great drop shot. All right, 15-all. And the return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, but she hits it wide. 15-30. As Anisimova serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Osaka. Anisimova back into the forehand of Osaka. As Anisimova backhand again to the forehand of Osaka. As Anisimova goes now to the backhand of Osaka. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand. Down the line is a winner. 30-all. 30-all. She serves an ace. All right, 40-30. 40-30. To level the second set. And she serves again. The front of Osaka. Backhand from Anisimova. As Osaka backhand. The backhand of Anisimova down the middle of the front of Osaka. Anisimova backhand on the stretch. Goes long and we get to deuce. All right, deuce. We get to deuce. And Anisimova is not happy. If she gets broken here, I don't know if she can come back. She's got that look of despair. As a return, goes in the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand down the line, or down the middle, into the backhand of Anisimova. Osaka forehand to the forehand of Anisimova. Again, the forehand of Osaka. Anisimova moves to the backhand. Great pickup by Osaka. Drop shot of Anisimova. But Osaka's got it. And then the volley of Anisimova is a winner. I think Anisimova got a little bit lucky there. Advantage, Anisimova. The guy with the pink beanie is very excited. All right, advantage. Advantage, Anisimova. Advantage, Anisimova. To take. By the way, 13-shot rally, longest rally of the match. Advantage, Anisimova to take the game. Anisimova. No, her name's Anisimova. All right, advantage Anisimova. First serve's a fault, second serve. As we just serve out wide the backhand of Osaka. Return goes the backhand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits a long. Back to deuce. This is feeling like a very important game. All right. Deuce. As we get a fault, second serve. Second serve. Serve in the front of Osaka. Return the back of Anisimova. Osaka backhand on the stretch. Goes in. Anisimova gets it back. Osaka's there with a forehand. But Anisimova still in control. Osaka's backhand goes long. And it's advantage Anisimova to hang on to this game. All right. Advantage Anisimova. And she serves. Into the foot of Osaka. Return goes long and it's 2-2. 2-all. All right. 2 games all. Oh, chat. What am I having for lunch? Come on. Give me some options. I need some options. What do I eat for lunch? Don't say pizza because I already had that. I need some ideas. I'm thinking sushi. I think today's a sushi day. I'm going like California roll, tuna, a salad. Fuck. All right. 2-0. Backhand rally as Anisimova hits a winner. Love 15. Love 15. Fruit Loops actually sound delightful. Forehand goes in the backhand of Osaka. Forehand from Anisimova is a drop shot. That's a good disguise, but Anisimova, misses the second volley. It wasn't a bad drop shot, but Osaka got there and made Anisimova miss the volley. Beans on toast. God. Why? What? You could have picked anything and you went beans on toast. Damn. What the hell is even that? 15-0. Beans on toast. What? 15-0. Backhand rally. As that goes in the forehand of Osaka. Forehand from Anisimova is a winner. 15-30. California roll has avocado. True. 15-30. Have some cabbage. God. Some of you must have the personality of a piece of paper. Osaka just got a time violation. All right. 15-30. As we default second serve. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Return goes backhand of Osaka. Osaka gets a winner down the line. Beautiful shot. 30-0. It wasn't a time violation. What was it? She got a time violation. Oh, are you saying like, not a time violation? Are you responding to what is that what you're saying? As the return goes in the backhand of Osaka. Backhand goes long low from Osaka. 30-40. I have the personality of a bear. Raw. Okay. My mistake. You also didn't say eat a cabbage. 30-40. Katy Perry's in the chat. All right. First serve's a fault, second serve. Bro, when do you sleep? You're right. What time is it? Osaka serves. There's a let on the second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova on the attack. Oh, it hit the tape. And it went out. So unlucky for Anisimova. Back to deuce. Yeah, it was a time violation. Call Bobby Flay to make you lunch. I don't have his number. Unfortunately, I lost it. It was on my old phone. All right, deuce. As we default second serve. Lunch should be $100 US Open special chicken nuggets with caviar. That sounds horrible. Serve. In the backhand of Anisimova. Osaka backhand to the backhand of Anisimova. There's Osaka backhand in the net. Advantage Anisimova. Advantage Anisimova. Advantage Anisimova. As the return goes in the forehand of Osaka. Osaka gets it long. All right. Anisimova gets the break. 3-2 in the second. Lobster roll sandwich. That sounds expensive, but it sounds delicious. No worries, Linda. Osaka, by the way, I mean, it's been an ugly match. I mean, it's hard because we're going to compare it to the match before, which was so good, and one of the greatest matches of the season. So that's not fair to compare it to that, but we're going to do it anyway. This match has not been as good. Is it better than most of the matches this week? I mean, there's been a lot of breaks, a lot of errors. I don't know. It's close, though, and that's all that will matter in the end. If it's close, then it'll end up being good. But right now, it's just, oh man, it's hard. It's rough. It's a rough match. No one wants to take over. Everyone's getting broken. Have you talked about who Sabalenka would rather play? Yeah. To be honest, we said at the start. At the start, I said I think she'd rather play Osaka because the expectation. Sorry, I don't even know what I said. It was so long ago. I think she'd rather play Anisimova. Now that we're watching this match and we've seen what's been going on, I think she would rather play Anisimova. And I think I said that at the start of the day. Did I say that? Chat, remind me. I think she'd rather play Anisimova because Anisimova might have flashbacks of Wimbledon, right? Final. I know the head-to-head is in favor of Anisimova, right? But besides that, the occasion, the expectation, trying to redeem herself from her first final, Grand Slam final, and the fact that Sabalenka has done this, been there, done that, all that stuff. I think she'd rather play Amanda. And the way that Anisimova is playing tonight, Osaka's played better. It's weird that it's close because Osaka has been better. Anisimova's hitting a lot of errors. Anisimova's missing a lot of shots. And obviously, the pressure is getting to her as well. And if she's in the final against Sabalenka, it's going to be like 10 times, right? The pressure's going to be 10 times more and all that stuff. So, you said she'd rather play Osaka before? Yeah, but I think we're now seeing this match and seeing how Anisimova's reacting, Sabalenka would rather play her. Because it's going to get, the final's going to be worse, right? But it's like this much, right? It's like, to be honest, I don't think it won't make that much of a difference. But probably Anisimova at this stage, Sabalenka would prefer. Especially this Anisimova, the one that's playing tonight right now. If she plays this version and not the Swiatek version, then Sabalenka would like her chances much more. But ask me when the match is over and then I can tell you. Right? All right. Love 15. You did say Osaka because of the crowd. Yeah, but the crowd hasn't been that. I know the crowd like Osaka, but maybe they're going to be more pro Anisimova against Sabalenka, but I don't think the crowd's going to be a big factor if Anisimova's not hitting the ball in, right? Like, the crowd's only going to cheer and go crazy if you give them something to cheer about. Like, if you're double folding, the crowd's not going to be loud and Sabalenka won't have to think about them. Anyways, love 30. A chance for Osaka to break back here. And also something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect the crowd to be so pro Osaka. So if Sabalenka does play Osaka in the final, the crowd's going to probably still be very pro Osaka. Like, maybe not as pro as they were for Pegula, but the crowd's probably going to really back Osaka, and Sabalenka's going to have to deal with the crowd either way. You know what I'm saying? Because it does, like, I didn't expect the crowd to be this, I guess, fair. Considering we just saw Pegula have like 99% of the crowd and Sabalenka didn't get much love. I thought this would be a lot more pro-American, but they love Osaka too. So maybe Sabalenka playing either of these ladies, the crowd's going to be the same. They're going to go for whoever she's playing because they love both of whoever it is. Either one of these ladies, they're going to play. They're going to be favoriting them, right? They're going to favor them, which I didn't think of before the match started. So if she does play Osaka with the crowd against her anyway, I think she'd rather play Anisimova, who's super nervous right now. 15-30. As the return goes in the net by Osaka, and it's 30-all. Crowd's been very pro Osaka. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. I know they love, like, everyone, crowds love Osaka, but I didn't think it would be like 50-50. I thought for sure Anisimova would get more love, especially after what just happened with Pegula going out. You would have thought, oh, well, this is our last chance. We better give her everything we've got. But this crowd has been very, very fair. Very impartial? What's that? I don't even know what that means. All right, 30-all. Anisimova serves. As a return goes in the back end of Anisimova. Back in now from Osaka to the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits the tape and goes wide. Jeez, Anisimova's hit the tape a couple of times and it's gone out. The net is against her. 30-40. 30-40. Amanda beating Swiatek was a fluke? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. 30-40. First serve into the backhand of Osaka. Forehand from Anisimova as Osaka backhand down the line. Anisimova gets there. Into the forehand of Osaka as Anisimova forehand down the line. Goes long and we're back on serve. Back on serve. 3-0. 3-3. Yeah, Nisimova's hitting too many errors. Way too many errors. Way too many errors. All right, back to Osaka. As the return goes into the forehand of Osaka, back now from Anisimova, into the net. Again, I feel like I've said in the net so many times. And I'm guessing that Anisimova's unforced error count's probably like in the, like pushing 40. I know it hasn't updated, which is super annoying, but I'm guessing it's probably close to 40 at this stage. As we're forehand to the back end of Anisimova, Osaka forehand on the stretch. As Anisimova, again to the forehand of Osaka, Anisimova slices it back. And then Osaka puts it away. 30 love. Love. Osaka serves again. Casual fans seem to think that Osaka is more American than Anisimova, despite the fact that Amanda is born here and Naomi wasn't. Yeah. But like also the fact that like Anisimova plays for America and Osaka plays for Japan. So how can she be more American when she represents a different country? As that goes out by Osaka and it's 30-15. Like that is wild to think that like, oh, well, Osaka's more American. Well then why did she play for America? Greg's, we're coming back. Anyway, it's 30-15, but you're right, Zachary. I don't understand it either. 30-15. As she serves an ace, Osaka. 40-15. What does that... I mean, look, to be honest, what does that even mean? 40-15. To go up 4-3 in this second set. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Osaka. Slice goes in now, but Anisimova's at the net and she puts it away on the backhand. 40-30. 40-30. Lovely hitting there from Anisimova, but she needs to do heaps more on that. Oh no, when she's serving, she needs to play like this. Uh, 40-30. There's a backhand return. Goes into the backhand of Osaka. Forehand out from Anisimova. Goes long. All right, 4-3 Osaka. 4-3. Osaka 2 games away. from the final of the US Open again. Osaka will destroy Sabalenka. Okay. Osaka's heritage from all around the world is great ambassador for tennis. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look, it doesn't matter if Osaka lives in America, you think she's American, like whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Like, she is massive in Japan, right? Huge superstar in Japan. And is proud to represent Haiti. Like, so it's... She, and I know her mum's from Japan, her dad's from, is Haitian, right? Like, she... what's the word? Represent both so well. And she is like, the reason why she's so massive is because partly because Japan, they love her. Like, she is huge in Japan, right? And she's a massive reason why, and Nishikori's another one. But those two being really good at tennis has brought a lot of people from Japan to watch tennis. Just like we're talking about like the Philippines and Eala, we talk about the Chinese players as well. They're these are the players that are the reason why the Asian swing exists. Why tennis in Asia is a thing, right? Osaka's probably out of all of them. Well, she's definitely the most successful, but she's definitely probably brought in the most people. I mean, Li Na, obviously from China, definitely inspired a huge bunch, and we've got Zhang as well, who's in there. It's awesome, because if you turn back the clock 20 years, like, tennis in Asia was it a thing? I mean, yeah, they played some tournaments there, but like players, they weren't like top 10 players, Grand Slam champions, that many, right? And in the early 2000s, it was all about Russia, right? Russia getting bigger and better, and they were becoming a force, right? But now it feels like, on the women's side, I mean, the Americans have always been great, but there's just so many players doing well from all different parts of the world. I just wish Australia would have more players. We need more players in Australia, please. 15 love. But yeah, Osaka's a massive reason why not just Japanese tennis, but Asian tennis has taken off. But as with a 4 out from Osaka, 15 love. And this is over 4 down the line winner. 30 love. 30 love. Osaka being with Nishikori makes sense, but Nishikori made $33 million 1 year. That's insane. I mean, that is, but that's because he's sponsored by Uniqlo, right? They were throwing cash around they have so much money to spend. They were throwing billions at Federer. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. I think being a Uniqlo athlete gets you get paid. Also, Uniqlo, I think, is I mean, Nishikori is might have been one of their first athletes, right? 30-15. All right, 30-15. Serve again. It's too strong from Anisimova, 40-15. Okay. That's an ace, so 4th ace of the day. As Anisimova serves again. Into the foot of Osaka, great return. Anisimova backhand cross court. Osaka's there with a slice, but it's long and it's 4-all. That's the best game Anisimova has played for a long while. Her best service game in a while. All right, back to Osaka, 4-4. It's getting serious. This is getting real. 4-4. We might know who's going to play in the final soon. 4-0. As we get a return now from Anisimova goes long. 15 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the back of Osaka. Forehand from Anisimova. Into the foot of Osaka as Anisimova on the attack. Hits it down the line, but it goes wide. 30 love. 30 love. All right, 30 love. Serve again. Is an ace. 40 love. 40 love Osaka. 112 mile an hour. Serve that one. 40 love. As the return goes into the back end of Osaka. Osaka hits wide. She goes down the line. 40-15. 40-15. Seven to the back end of Anisimova. Back into Osaka. Again, the back end of Anisimova. Osaka forehand to the ground. All right. 40-30. 40-30. This is turning out to be a tricky game. 40-30. Oh. 40-30. As Osaka serves. The backhand of Anisimova. Osaka backhand into the front of Anisimova. That's a winner. Oh, we get to deuce. Oh, man. And Osaka just throws her hands up like, what is that? We get to deuce. Anisimova. Keeping it interesting. All right, deuce. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back end of Anisimova. Osaka forehand goes long, and Anisimova's got a break point. To take the break and serve of the set. This was a 40-love game. This would be a horrible break for Osaka. All right, advantage in Anisimova. Also, is it nearly midnight? It's like 10 to midnight, right? Advantage in Anisimova. Serving to the back end of Anisimova. Back into Osaka down the line. That's a great shot. Oh, Anisimova gets it back. As she hits it back and inside out of Anisimova. Forehand Osaka goes long. There it is. Anisimova's going to serve to take the second. Great defense from Anisimova. It is. It's 10 to midnight. All right, and we might still be going. This is going to be a late finish. All right. 40 love up. That was a weird break. All right. And Anisimova's now going to hold serve, which has not been easy. All right. I'll tell you, this crowd, they might have paid a shitload to be there, but they are getting their money's worth. Nobody's complaining about refunds today. Surprised the crowd seems small? Yeah, I guess like it's Thursday? Midnight on a Thursday, maybe? I don't know. US Open only major with no curfew. No curfew in Australia or Roland Garros. The only curfew that happens is Wimbledon. All right. Anisimova serving to take the second. To take the second set. And to force a third. Both players must be exhausted, yeah. I don't know, have they played 2 hours or what's the time of match time? I mean, they've almost played longer than the entire Pegula-Sabalenka match, and that went 3 sets. So that just shows how quick this one, or how quick that one was, despite it going the distance. We're not even into a third set yet, and it's 2 hours. 5-4. Anisimova serves. Into the front of Osaka. Great return. Anisimova slices back. Into the net, though. 15-love. All right, 15-love. As we got a fault out wide. Second serve. Second serve. As a return is a winner by Osaka, love 30. Great backhand winner. Love 30. Man, this would suck for Anisimova. Love 30. Serve again. As the return goes into the front of Anisimova. Forehand from Osaka to the backhand of Anisimova. She's in the net with her backhand. It's love 40. Osaka to get back on serve. Love 40. Love 40. Anisimova serves. And the return goes in the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand of Osaka goes long. And it's 15-40. As with a fault from Anisimova. Second serve. Double fault. Okay. Osaka breaks back. All right. Here we go. And Anisimova's coach has just told her to stop complaining. That's what you want to hear at 5-all in the second after getting broken. Stop complaining. Let's go. 5-5. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, return goes into the fort of Osaka. Anisimova backhand to the fort of Osaka. And Osaka gets it out, love 15. It's working. She stopped complaining. She won the point. Love 15. He said a lot of other things, but that was the funniest thing. He's like, stand up on the return. Stop complaining. Great coaching. Stop complaining. Let's go. It worked. Love 15. As the return goes in the net, it's 15-0. And I tell you what, Osaka is fired up here. With Viktorovski it's weird because Osaka wasn't very animated. Like even in her entire career, she wasn't very fired up. She used to kind of a little bit more like Sinner, right? Didn't really emote, at least not shouting and screaming. But she's definitely got more vocal lately, and I love it. It's great. She's way more fired up these days. Recently. I don't know if Viktorovski's the reason or if as Anisimova hits a winner and it's 15-30. And Osaka's looking at the coach. She's like, what happened? What was that about? 15-30. Osaka needs serves. Serve out wide, the backhand of Anisimova. Return the foot of Osaka. But Osaka gets it out. Great return from Anisimova. 15-40. And Osaka just can't get the serves. And Osaka just talking to herself like, what is going on? Why can't I get one good serve? And why is she hitting great returns? I love this though from Osaka. I love this attitude more than when she starts getting upset with herself. Like, this is way more positive. As the return goes in the back of Osaka, she puts it away. 30-40. Like, she's got that like, oh my God, I can't serve. Like, rather than it being like getting super down and depressed and angry with herself and upset, it's much better if she reacts like this, right? She's still down break point, though. 30-40. As we get a return now from Anisimova. That goes out. All right, Osaka with a big shout. Gets the deuce. Ludacris loves it. He's smiling. He loves it. All right, deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Things are getting tense, real tense now. Yeah, Ludacris loving it. Maybe we should get him on the channel. Another ace from Osaka. And another shout from Osaka as well. Advantage Osaka to take the lead just before midnight. Serve. There's a fault. Oof, that was close. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Great return. Osaka backhand to the backhand of Anisimova. Into the forehand of Osaka. Anisimova backhand again. As Osaka goes down the line in the net. Anisimova's backhand is so dangerous. I know it's been not great tonight, but it's still dangerous. She kept going there. Deuce. Back to deuce. Every point is getting really important right now. All right, deuce. As the return goes into the forehand of Osaka, that's a great shot down the line. Advantage Osaka. Advantage Osaka. She serves. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Good return. Osaka backhand inside out. Great shot. Anisimova gets it back though. Then Osaka forehand to the slice of Anisimova. Into the forehand of Osaka. Anisimova. Great defense again, but she can't get that one. Osaka runs to the chair. And she has the lead. 6-5. Chad, I'm loving this. I love this Osaka. I love this version of Osaka. This is the Serena, this is, this is the Serena energy here. Running around, getting fired up. This is what we want. Love this version of Osaka. She's like sprinting to the chair. When did she ever do that? She never did that. Never used to do that. Love that. 6-5. Now Anisimova has to hold. Because if she doesn't, she'll lose. That's how it works. But all the pressure on Anisimova now. She can't afford double fault. She can't afford to complain. She can't afford any of those things. She needs to serve as solid as ever. And it's midnight. Officially midnight. All right. The winner plays Sabalenka the day after tomorrow. On Saturday. All right. Let's see how Anisimova deals with this. She was serving with a set 10 minutes ago. Now she is serving to stay in the championships. Can she get to another tiebreak? Here we go. Anisimova serving to stay in the match. She serves. To the backhand of Osaka. Return goes to front of Anisimova. Osaka forehand down the line. As Anisimova backhand. Again the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova forehand into the net. And a big shout by Osaka as well. She is shouting every single point she wins. Love 15. Serve again. Anisimova. Out wide, the backhand of Osaka. Anisimova backhand down the middle. Osaka gets it back. It's Anisimova forehand inside out. Great shot. Osaka gets it back with a slice. Anisimova in control. Forehand to forehand, but Osaka hits it long. Anisimova, great hitting. Huge hitting. Rip Sabalenka? Why? 15-all. Huge hitting from Anisimova. Serve again. There's an ace out wide. 30-15. 30-15. Bobby Flay's still there. $30-15. As the return goes in the backhand of Anisimova, that's a great inside-out backhand winner. 40-15. Great game so far from Anisimova. Besides that first point. As Anisimova serves. And that's a great serve. We're going to a tiebreak in the second set. Woo! All right. Who's winning the second set? Who is winning the second set? Who you got, chat? Who you got? Osaka, Anisimova. Osaka. A lot of people going to Osaka again. I am not going to answer my own question. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Good return. Osaka gets it back though and overhits it. And the first point goes to Anisimova this time. 1-love. 1-0. Mini break secured. 1-0. Anisimova serves again. Into the forehand. A let. That was a very late call. Oh, Osaka would have won the point too. Osaka hit the tape on the return and it would have been a winner. Anyways, 1-love. First serve again. As the return goes in the backhand of forehand Anisimova. Forehand from Osaka goes in the net. 2-love. Anisimova. 2-0. 2-0. Don't forget to apologize. For what? As we had a fault second serve. What, apologize that she hit the tape? It was off a lead. It didn't count. All right. Anisimova 2-1, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand. No, it's out by Osaka again with an error. And she's looking at the coaches like, you're all fired. 3-love. That's a death stare if I've ever seen one. Osaka's just like... She gave that look like when chat says, eat a salad. What'd you say? 3-love. 3-love. As Anisimova goes to the backhand of Osaka. Osaka gets it out. 4-love. 4-love. 4-love Anisimova. It's already past midnight. As a return goes in the net this time from Anisimova, and Osaka's on the board. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. All right, back to Anisimova. She's got the double mini break. Serve. Back of Osaka. 4 now from Anisimova. Osaka on the stretch, gets it. And then Anisimova back, and Osaka just defending. Anisimova forehand again to the front of Osaka. As Anisimova forehand again. Into the front of Osaka. Down the line of the backhand of Anisimova. Hits a backhand winner. No, did it go long? Or did it go in? It was in. 5-1. Wow. That was a crazy rally. Both hitting the ball extremely hard. And it ended with a winner. All right. Five-1, they change ends. We've got another set to go if it keeps going this way. Today has been the best. 5-1. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in from Osaka, that's a winner. 5-2. Anisimova. Great return, Osaka. 5-2. All right. Please don't put scores in the chat. All right, serve. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Osaka. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Good return, winner. 6-2 Anisimova. What a backhand return. All right. To take us to a third. What a backhand. Serve to the forehand of Anisimova. Return goes in the net. All right, 6-3. 6-3 Anisimova. But it's on her serve. 6-3. As the return goes in the backhand of Anisimova, backhand Osaka down the line, Anisimova forehand cross court. Osaka gets there, but it's in the net! We're going 3 again! 2 tie breaks, a lot of breaks of serve. But it's 1 set all, 1 set to decide who's playing the final. It's past midnight too, I mean it is late. It is so late. Okay. Anisimova takes the second set. Is this better or worse than the first match? It's better in a different way, right? The second semi-final has been better because it's been closer overall, but the first match was better quality for sure. But this has been way more high tension and nerve-wracking. The amount of breaks, it's not pretty, but like the tennis isn't the same quality, but it's definitely more. There's way more tension, more drama. Yeah, it's way more nerve-wracking. A lot more nervous. This one. Still don't know who's going to win, right? It's unpredictable. Nobody's really. Osaka in the first part of the first set looked like she was going to win, but it hasn't really felt like, oh yeah, this person's going to win. Like it's been up in the air the whole time. All right. By the way, it is raining outside in New York, so it's they've got the roof shut. The roof's been shut the whole time for the entire all the matches. All right. Worse quality, but more drama and highlight real stuff. Yeah. I think the first match was way better quality, but this one has been, way more. There's been way more stuff going on. It's pouring down in New York. It's pouring rain. At least the fountain looks nice because it's full of water. Yeah, this is a super physical match. It's been 2 sets for 2 hours, but also the first match was 2 hours for 3 sets. So the winner of this match is going to play a much fresher Sabalenka than what these two ladies are going to feel in a couple of days. Plus, it's past midnight. It's going to be a late finish. Oh, we're just waiting for Osaka to come back from the bathroom. Who do I think wins? I'm still going Osaka in 3. I picked Osaka in 3, and I'm going to stick with Osaka in 3. God. Final 8 bring all Grand Slam winners and finalists. Was very telling and exciting. Yeah, for sure. Am I hungry? Yes. I am very hungry. You're expecting Osaka to fold here? Nah. I don't think Osaka's going to fold. I think both are too know the stakes, and I don't think either player is going to fold. They might both fold a bit, but I don't think that either of these players are going to run away with this final set. Both of these ladies nobody has taken the lead and run away yet. So I don't think it's going to happen in the final set. They're both just as scared and nervous and and as each other, right? I don't think either of these players are going to fold. Well, they both fold, and then that means nobody folds. Amanda's coach was savage. Stop fighting with me. Yeah, he was like, stop. He said, stop complaining. And it worked because she won the set. Oh, we're still just waiting for Osaka to come back from the bathroom. Am I still deciding what to eat? Yeah, I don't know what to eat. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think sushi's on the menu now. If I get sushi now, I might not make it tomorrow. So I'm not going to risk getting it. Afternoon sushi is a risk, and I'm not going to do that to myself. Not now. See, I don't know what I'm going to do. All right. Grilled cheese tomato soup. That does sound delicious, to be honest. Why is afternoon sushi a risk? Because it's been sitting out all day. I don't want to eat food I don't want to eat warm sushi. Are you serious? Ugh. Stop saying salad. Shut up with your salad. You eat the salad. I might get a sub meat Subway. Meat. Meat. What? I might get a Subway. Maybe. I don't know. All right, Osaka's back. And we have one set to decide the final of the ladies' US Open. The bread is not bread. What? I'm going to get a wrap. Eat leftover pizza? Yeah, I could do that too. That's true. I was going to save it though. I was going to save it. Like an Italian sub sandwich. Yeah. With like meatballs and marinara sauce and pepperoni. Or salami. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Hungry Jacks. Nobody knows what that is, bro. All right. Anisimova serving first in the third. Who you got, chat? I'm going to go Osaka because I said that, and I'm not going back because I said that. Anisimova serving first in the third, that's huge. As a return from Osaka, into the backhand of Anisimova, Osaka forehand. Into the backhand of Anisimova, Osaka with the backhand. Down the line. It's too good. 15 love. I love 15. Also, the winner of this is Sabalenka because Sabalenka, this is exactly what she wanted. Past midnight, 2.5 hours played already, or 2 hours 20. 2 sets down, 1 to go. I mean, this is exactly what Sabalenka would have hoped for. You're an Aussie? Do a Barbie. Okay. As we return now to the forehand of Anisimova, but Anisimova hits it wide. Love 30. Love 30. Stadium looks empty for a semi-final. Yeah, it's Thursday night, you know. I think the transport's not as easy to get on after midnight, maybe, and people have work tomorrow. So, yeah, it's always going to be, you know. It is what it is. Love 30. Yeah, Osaka's mum's there. Yeah. Serve. Into the backhand of Osaka, and Osaka in the net. 15-30. 15-30. $15.30. Serve again. The back of Osaka. Return goes in. And then Anisimova puts away the backhand. 30-all. 30-all. All right, serve again. Serve down to the backhand of Osaka. Backhand of Anisimova is a winner. God, her backhand. Whew. Her backhand is ridiculous. 40-30. You know Sabalenka's not going to mess with that backhand. If she has to play Anisimova, that backhand is... She ain't going to go there. I don't care how many errors she's hit. 40-30. As the backhand return goes into the ground by Osaka. 1-love Anisimova in the final set. McGriddle? It's too late for that. No, Rob, the McGriddle was gone 3 hours ago. 3.5 hours ago. All right. Let's see if Osaka can serve in the final set. Cam, have you ever been to the Philippines? No. But I want to go this year. But if I don't go this year, like in December or whatever, then I'm thinking I go February next year. After the Australian Open, when I actually have some time. So I want to go this year, but I might go early next year after the Oz Open. I just got to wait and see what happens because things happen, life. As that goes the net from Anisimova, 15 love. What about Italy? Italy's too far away. All right, Osaka serves. Feb is cold season. Yeah, I don't want to go to Philippines for the warm season. I live in Australia. We have warm seasons. Yeah, I've been to Thailand. I've been to Singapore. It's too expensive and I'll never go back. All right, great return winner, 15-0. I feel like Singapore's like a one and done. You go there for a couple of days, you did it. I don't need to go back. I can't afford Singapore. I'm too poor for Singapore. I can't afford it. I've been to Malaysia. Malaysia's great. I loved Malaysia. As that goes the net from Anisimova, 30-15. 30-15. I've been to the Philippines twice. Such a small piece of paradise. Beaches are to die for. Okay. Go back to Japan. I want to go back to Japan. I would love to go back to Japan. As that goes out by Osaka, 30-all. Have I been to Vietnam? I have, but I only was there for a couple of days. I feel like I didn't see much. I think if I went back to Vietnam, it'd be for a longer time, for sure. Good serving Osaka, 40-30. You're from Australia and you were complaining about expensive? Yeah. So it must have been really expensive. Have I been to Vegas? Yes. 40-30. I went to South Korea last year. It's great. As that goes to the net in the return from Anisimova, it's 1-1. Both hold to start. Have I been to Spain? Yes. Spain I got burnt. Sunburnt. Really bad. But it was great. I went to Barcelona. It was lovely. Get Korean barbecue. Yeah, I need to go somewhere for that. Korean barbecue is only good when you get to do the food yourself. I don't want to order in Korean barbecue. That takes the fun out of making it yourself. I want to sit under one of those big grills. All right, 1-1. Have I been to Texas? No, but that is on my list. I'll go to America eventually again. But yeah, that's on my list. You should make a meal advice channel. Nah. Guys, eat what you want to eat. I'll eat what I want to eat. 1-all. As the return goes in from Osaka. Love 15. Great return winner. Have I been to Vancouver? No. I've been to Toronto. Have I been to California? Yeah. California was interesting. It was fun. It was fun. California was fun. Texas is hot. Yeah, I've heard it's really, really hot there. Forehand winner there from Anisimova, and it's 15-all. 15-all. I've been to New York twice. Pardon me. I haven't been to San Francisco or San Diego. I've only been to California. I've only been to Los Angeles, sorry. Because California is the same place. 15-all. Get a chicken biryani? No, thanks. 15-all. I'm going to serve now the back of Osaka. Return is wide. 30-15. And a big shout from Anisimova. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. Into the forehand of Osaka. She shanks it wide, and it's 40-15. Great serving from Anisimova. I love how we're having side conversations right now. Meatball sub. Yeah, that's on the... I think I might get that. 40-15. And an ace down the tee. All right, 2-1. 2-1 Anisimova in the third. I nearly said fifth. Third. San Diego is way better than LA. Yeah, I've heard that it's nice. Los Angeles or Macau. I've never been to Macau. Get a club sandwich, maybe. Where would I get that from, though? You live in San Diego. Nice. Is it worth it? Is it worth going? Is it good? Am I missing anything? Have I been to Singapore? Yes. This reminds me of Osaka versus Kvitova 2019 Australian Open. Okay. If you love traffic and smog, go to LA. Okay. Come to India. I want to go to India. I can't go and come back without being surprised. Yeah, don't leave then. Why do you keep leaving? I'll say it again. Explore the Pacific Northwest. You need to be more specific. What do you mean by Pacific Northwest? You're talking about Seattle and... Is that Northwest? Shanghai. I've been to Beijing. Had the greatest dumplings I've ever had in my life there. Moscow or Macau. I haven't been either of those. You're only missing the outdoor yoga in California. Okay. Hong Kong, Kyrgios versus Sabalenka. Yeah, that's apparently happening. I don't know when it's happening, though. I went to New York and it was very expensive. Manhattan is super expensive, yes. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, a major city is expensive. Anyways, 2-1, Anisimova. Oregon, Washington, Vancouver, British Columbia. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to go up and do all those. All right. Osaka, love 15. She's in trouble a little bit here. Love 15. Serve again. There's a fault from Osaka. Second serve. As Anisimova hits a return winner, love 30. Love 30. Anisimova wants that break. Love 30. As Osaka hits a great serve, 15-30. $15-30. As we get a fault from Osaka. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Anisimova. Great return. Osaka gets it back. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Osaka backing down the line. Anisimova forehand again to the back of Osaka. Osaka in the net. 15-40. Break points. Break points for Anisimova to start the third set off strong. As we had a fault from Osaka. Second serve. Serving to the front of Anisimova, and then Osaka in the net. Break. 3-1. Anisimova breaks first in the final set. All right. Osaka will need to break back quickly. Have I ever been to India before? No. I have not. Okay. 3-1. Three to 1. As the return goes in the forehand of Anisimova, Osaka forehand to the backhand of Anisimova. Into the forehand of Osaka, Anisimova backhand. Goes nowhere. 15 love. Osaka hit it out. 15 love. What's up? What's up? What's up? You want to say something? All right. 30 love. What is it? Okay. 30 love. Anisimova serves again. The first serve is a fault. Second serve. Hello. Ow, why are you biting me? What are you doing? All right. 30 love. As whoop. And Anisimova serves a double fault. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15, and Anisimova serves again. She serves an ace, and Anisimova. 40-15. And Anisimova for a 4-1 lead. I didn't think anyone was running away with it. It's still, the match is still on. I'm not saying it. 40-15. First serve is a fault, second serve. (40-15). Serve into the backhand of Osaka, and Anisimova back into the forehand of Osaka, and Anisimova forehand inside out winner. 4-1. It's only one break, but it feels like a very tough comeback for Osaka if she can do it.
Anisimova. Hi, Mia.
Thank you, Robin, for the $2. 4-1. I mean, this is the biggest lead that I think either has had, right? No one's been this far ahead. It's only one break, though, so it feels like it's more, but Osaka's going to have to do something. I mean, Anisimova's going to have to get nervous, which she hasn't looked too nervous in the last couple of games, but Osaka's going to have to really fight back. By the way, we're almost at 1,000 likes as well. Thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe as well. If you haven't already, we have men's semifinals tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon/night, and Djokovic Alcaraz's first match tomorrow. So be ready for that. And then the Sinner versus Auger-Aliassime is the night match. So be ready for that as well. But and then the winner of this match will play on Saturday afternoon against Sabalenka. Is Osaka tired? I think they're both probably tired. Amanda going to win the whole thing? I think the winner, whoever wins this match, it favors Sabalenka, right? Because these two have played so long. This has been like nearly a 3-hour match. And, Sabalenka hasn't, I think she's dropped one set. She's played one less match. Her match today was 2 hours, so it's very quick in comparison to this. I mean, Sabalenka's got to be way fresher than these two, no matter who comes back or who wins this. If Osaka comes back and wins, then either way, I think the gas tank is going to be in favor of Sabalenka. Big time. As that goes to the net from Anisimova. And it's 15-love. Love. And Osaka serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. As that goes in from Anisimova on the return, 15-all. Great return winner there from Anisimova. That forehand, Anisimova's backhand and forehand have turned ridiculous lately. As we get an ace out wide from Osaka. 30-15. A bit of fault from Osaka. Second serve. Second serve. 7 to the backhand of Anisimova. Return the net. 40-15. 40-15. And then an ace. Okay. Osaka holds. Puts the pressure straight back on Anisimova. 4-2. Anisimova final set. 4-2. All right. Back to Anisimova. She's 2 games away. 2 games away. Elizabeth.
Have lunch on me, come.
Thank you for the $20. Can we get some salutes for Elizabeth? Thank you. I appreciate that. I will get lunch. Thank you. All right. 4-2. Anisimova serves the back of Osaka. Return. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand from Osaka again. Into the forehand of Anisimova as Osaka wins the point. Anisimova forehand in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, local time. Love 15. Love 15. As a return goes nowhere. 15-all. 15-all. As Anisimova serves again. A fault. Second serve. Elizabeth, yeah, people need to back off. Thank you for being so generous, but everyone else back off. Like, get a job. If you need $20, get, bro, don't ask people in the chat for money. That's weird. I don't even do that. 30-15. And Anisimova trying to stay in front. Oh, you right, Mia? Okay. 30-15. 30-15. And Anisimova serves again. And Osaka return to the net. And Anisimova 40-15 to keep the lead. And to keep the break, more importantly. 40-15. As a return, goes to the backhand of Anisimova. Great backhand to the slice of Osaka. Anisimova forehand. Osaka with a pass in the net. All right, 5-2. Anisimova, she's 1 game away from another final of a slam. Back-to-back Grand Slam finals. That is impressive. 5-2. Anisimova have two chances, one chance to serve, two chances to break. And some idiot in the chat ruined the score. All right. Thank you. Don't do that anymore. Please and thank you. All right. Maybe you'll afford to go to Singapore. Singapore's expensive. So expensive. Never again. Look, it was lovely, but I can't afford it. Is Osaka crying? Why do you have to keep saying that? And no. I'm sorry, do you want her to cry? Are you like, oh, she's crying because I really want to, I really want that? Like, why are you being weird? Still proud of Osaka's run? She has no reason to hang her head. Yeah, for sure. Disappointing if she loses because she's had opportunities to win, but I mean, yeah, Osaka's run to get to a semi of a slam again. I mean, the last couple of tournaments, Canada and the US Open, she's almost back in the top 10 anyway. She's sort of on that. She's back in the top 20, right? Back in the top, I think, 15. So even if she doesn't win this match, what a week, And she's put herself back in the she can win another slam, right? I think we all think after the last couple of weeks, or last couple of months, Naomi Osaka can win another slam, right? Those who were thinking, oh, I don't know, she's 50 in the world, she's not winning enough, she's not consistent. I think this week has proved that, yeah, she can still do it. She's got another slam somewhere in her, at least one. I mean, she could win more, but I think she's definitely proven she is still a major contender. But she's playing the Wimbledon finalist, who's been very good as well this year and taken her game to a new level. All right. First serve, default, second serve. Serving the forehand of Anisimova. Return. Hits the line, and Osaka in the net. Love 15. Love 15. All right. Love 15. Serve again. Is an ace. 15-all. As Osaka serves again. Mia, you right? You okay? No, 15-all. As we just serve again. Into the backhand of Anisimova. Great return. Osaka goes down the line with her backhand. And then Anisimova in the net. 30-15. All right. 30-15. Osaka just trying to make Anisimova serve for this match. 30-15. As we had a let from Osaka. (30-15). Serving to the forehand of Anisimova. Return the net. 40-15. All right. Anisimova's going to have to serve for this, it feels. 40-15. But she also has a chance to break if she doesn't serve for it. So there is that as well. Hey, Anonymous, thank you for the 20.
For
Appreciate that.
Toppings at Subway.
And thank you, Pin, as well, for the 10. Osaka holds 5-3. I'll be able to get Subway. I'll be able to get avocado on the Subway. Let's go. All right, 5-3. Thank you for everybody being so generous. Let's see if Anisimova has got it. Can she serve it out to take her spot in a Grand Slam final for the second consecutive Grand Slam? This time play against Sabalenka. Last time she beat Sabalenka, lost to Swiatek. This time she's beaten Swiatek and playing Sabalenka. Serving the backhand is a let. As Anisimova serves again. She serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Osaka. Return goes long. 15-love. Anisimova 3 points away. 3 points from victory. 15-love. As we get a serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Osaka. And Anisimova hits a winner down the line. 30-love. 2 points. 30-love. Love. As the return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, forehand from Osaka to the backhand of Anisimova. As Osaka backhand again to the backhand of Anisimova, to the front of Osaka. Anisimova backhand on the stretch. Osaka gets it back, but Anisimova in control. And then she overhits it on the forehand, 30-15. God, the amount of people that have been biting their tongue, and then all of a sudden when Osaka's down 5-3, I'd like now got the courage to come out and say, goodbye, blah, blah, blah. God, where were you in the first set? I mean, you've been real quiet. Now it's like, now you're chirping. Shut up. 30-15. As Anisimova serves. Into the front of Osaka. Return goes the back of Anisimova. She hits a winner down the line. 40-15. 40-15. Anisimova to make back-to-back Grand Slam finals. I'll tell you this, chat, and I'll say this after this point because I don't want to do anything bad. Anyways, we'll get to it in a second. 40-15. Serve. Into the front of Osaka. Return to the back of Anisimova as Osaka backhand to the front of Anisimova. Again to the back of Osaka as Anisimova forehand again to the front of Osaka. Into the front of Anisimova as Osaka forehand. Cross-court winner, one saved, 40-30. One saved. 40-30. Match point number 2. To play Sabalenka on Saturday. A rematch of the Wimbledon semi-finals. Serve. Is a fault. That was close. Second serve. Second serve. Mirra's had enough. Second serve. Into the back of Osaka. Return. To the back of Anisimova, but she hits it in the net. And we get the deuce. Match point saved. All right. Deuce. And Anisimova serves again. Another fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. Oh, no. Advantage Osaka. To get back on serve. First break point of the final set. By the way, there's only been 2 break points in this entire final set. This is the second one. Anisimova serves. To the back of Osaka. Anisimova backhand down the line. That's a great shot. Osaka gets it back. Into the front of Anisimova. Osaka gets that back as well. As Anisimova forehand cross-court winner. Too good. Too good. Deuce. Huge hitting from Anisimova. Deuce. All right. Anisimova serves again. A fault. Again, just missed. Second serve. Second serve. To the front of Osaka. Return down. Goes in the forehand. And Anisimova hits it long. And she falls to the ground. Osaka with the advantage. Advantage Osaka. To get back on serve. Anisimova serves. Another fault. Second serve. Second serve. Is a let. Second serve again. Into the back of Osaka. Return to the back of Anisimova. That's a winner down the line. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. By the way, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. Deuce. Seven-minute game. 2 match points saved. 2 break points saved. As the return goes into the back of Anisimova, Osaka backhand. Down the line to the front of Anisimova. Osaka forehand again. To the front of Anisimova. Down the line's a great shot. A slice from Osaka goes in the net. Match point number 3. To play Sabalenka on Saturday. What a match. What a night, chat. We have had 2 epic semifinals. For 2 different reasons. One was because it was high quality. The other one, high tension. Advantage Anisimova. Sabalenka awaits. Serve. Into the backhand of Osaka. Return goes to the front of Anisimova. That's a great shot. Osaka hits it wide. Back-to-back finals for Anisimova. And she's going to take on the player that's had 3 finals this year. Man, what a match. They hug it out. And Anisimova giving Osaka a lot of praise. What a comeback from Anisimova. I'll tell you, chat, I was going to say this before match point, but I didn't want to risk it. There's 2 things that could have happened after Wimbledon, right? One thing could have happened was that Anisimova goes into her shell, completely disappears, and has a terrible finish to the year because that match was brutal, right? 6-love, 6-love in a Grand Slam final. You might be like, what the hell was that? Oh my God, I'll never get my chance again. I messed up. Or the next time you have a chance to go to the play Grand Slam, you play and you never let that happen again. And she's done the second part of that. She has made this final with like a vengeance. Not like feeling sorry for, oh my God, Wimbledon, I was playing so bad. She's like, nah, I'm going to show everybody that I'm that good. And she's done it, like she's done that. She beat Swiatek, that obviously helps. Tonight she fought back, even though she was clearly on edge for most of the match. But she could have just disappeared for like 6 months and just like gone, oh man, that Wimbledon final really hurt her. We've seen so many players, recently, right? Zverev at the Australian Open. He said how much that hurt him, right? That he lost that match so badly. Alcaraz at the Olympics last year, he took time to recover, right? Anisimova could have easily just disappeared for 6 months, and we would have all gone, well, it was a pretty bad final. But this tournament, she has come out here and been like, you know what? I don't remember what happened. Doesn't even matter. And she's into the final again. Crazy good. Like, that should be highlighted, how good she's bounced back after that horrible final. She could have used that as an excuse for so long and played terrible for months, and we could have been like, yeah, well, you know, it happened. But she has bounced back huge. And now she's in the final. She's playing someone she can beat. She has a massive opportunity straight away, 2 months later, to win her slam. All right. Whew. What a day. What a day. What a day. I'm starving. I think this has been the latest finish we've had too. 1 o'clock, probably. But let's see how the final looks. 2 days away. Now, tomorrow we've got the men's semis, which are going to be both, well, one of them's definitely expected to be a banger. The other one, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we'll find out. But we got our money's worth tonight. What an epic semi-final, Grand Slam semi-final night. If you're leaving, by the way, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. 11 hours of streaming for you? I don't think it was 11. Was it? No, it wasn't 11. I don't think. We watched Eala, and then we watched these two matches. These two matches has been 6 hours. No, Eala's match wasn't 5 hours. No way. Probably like 8 hours. Two fantastic matches. Oh, yeah. I hope Eala's match is earlier than Nole's. Sorry, it's at the same time. I'm saying sorry now because I know tomorrow people are going to really let me know. WTA produces the best quality? I mean, the likelihood of 2 5-setters tomorrow is slim, but we could still get 2 5-setters for the men's tomorrow, you know? Could happen. Anisimova beat Sabalenka in Australia, French Open, and Wimbledon. Maybe the US is now. Yeah, but this is going to be the best of all, right? Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. Eala's playing at 4 a.m. in Australian time. Yeah, but so Djokovic is playing at 5. Oh, wait, Djokovic is playing at 5, right? Ooh, oh, that sucks. That's worse. So Eala's match is before Djokovic and Alcaraz. So we start with Eala and we go into Djokovic. So technically, the Djokovic match is interrupting Eala. Right? I thought Djokovic started first and then Eala started. My bad. I thought it was at 3 o'clock my time, not 3 p.m. in New York. Damn it. Anyways, whatever. We're going to watch both. So now the Eala match starts at 4 a.m. my time, which is at 5. Which we're going to do it. We have to do a doubleheader. It's inevitable. Just going to make sure I wear a helmet or something. LDSM ends Sinner tonight. That's a bold statement. Wimbledon finals experience will help Amanda in the final of the US? Maybe. No worries, Eric. We'll see you later. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. in New York. Crazy. It's got to be the latest finish so far. At least There probably has been later finishes, but that was late. That was late. Thanks for the effort, Cam. Well worth the watch. 1 a.m. at work, yeah. Thank you for sticking around. On a work night, no less. Go get some lunch? Yeah. The problem is now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and this is the worst time to leave the house because all the people on the road are psychotic. This is the worst time to leave the house. I hate going out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the worst. People are crazy. And it's Friday. So people are people are like, I need to go home. Get out of my way. It's crazy. I don't know if I can do it. I'm scared. Yeah, the school run and also like the early finishes it's brutal. I hate it. It's not fair. I'm scared. Sabalenka will try to intimidate Anisimova, but Anisimova hits the ball hard with the ground strokes. Yeah. Yeah, the school run. I mean, parents are crazy. People picking up their kids from school are nuts. They drive crazy. By the way, the amount of people that are saying stupid things is hilarious. Like, Labubu is a bad luck for Osaka. It's a little devil. She made the semifinals of a Grand Slam. What do you mean? She's had that on her bag the whole time. Then she's bad luck today? Crazy statement. Just a terrible statement. Doesn't make sense. Where were you at the start of the week when she was winning? Why did Osaka couldn't win? Anisimova lifted, for sure. Like that final set where Anisimova was like she was playing crazy. The first set, Anisimova was definitely nervous. Second set, they both were nervous. Third set, Osaka was okay. I mean, there was only one break in the final set, right? The first two sets, there was I think 10 breaks. One break in the final set. So the level increased huge. Anisimova's level was higher in the end. And it happened sort of at the end of the second, exactly where Anisimova needed to start playing better. She served for the set, got broken, but then Anisimova in the tiebreak just took it to a new level and then kept going. So it was, Osaka really didn't have a chance to win the match, really. I mean, she wasn't serving for it. Anisimova, when she was down 6-5 in the second, served amazing. I think Osaka was love 15, so 3 points away, right? But then after that, Anisimova was just like bang, bang, bang. And it was like, again, no chance. Really no chance for Osaka, right? And then Anisimova kept that level that she had gotten to in the tiebreak and in the third set was just flawless. So there's, again, what did Osaka do wrong? Why couldn't she win? Well, because Anisimova played better. Like, Osaka choked that one game. Which one, though? I mean, I don't think she choked a game unless it was like 2-1 in the first, second or something. I don't know. I don't think Osaka really... There was no choking. I think both matches, both semifinals, were won because somebody played better. Not because somebody chucked in double faults and lost, right? Both Sabalenka and Anisimova were better than their opponents. They both won the match, right? Especially that final set of Anisimova. I mean, we talked about it. Which match was better? The first match was better. Overall, quality-wise, was better, right? But the last set that Anisimova played matched the quality of the first match. For sure. Like, Anisimova's play in that final set is exactly what can compete against Sabalenka in the final. She's going to have to play like that if Sabalenka plays like she did against Pegula, right? But that level of Anisimova was just as high, definitely not higher, but as high as that first match. But she's going to have to do that over 3 sets if she's going to beat Sabalenka in that final because Sabalenka can do that for 3 sets. No, that's all right, Azza. At this level, Anisimova is ready for the final. Oh, yeah, Anisimova is definitely ready for the final. And the thing that Anisimova has over Sabalenka is head-to-head results. So, Sabalenka could get nervous and be like, oh my God, she's really good and I'm scared. Sabalenka doesn't get scared of many players, but Anisimova is one of her boogie women. We know that. We talk about it all the time. She is the Ostapenko to Swiatek, right? All of those things, right? That's what Anisimova is to Sabalenka. She is the... And plus the fact that she beat her at Wimbledon and the fact that Sabalenka is trying to win a slam as being number one, hasn't won a slam for 12 months, has been so close for so long in the last 12 months. That is all going to be playing on Sabalenka's mind. Anisimova, she really doesn't have anything to lose, right? She's made back-to-back finals. Even if she loses, it's a great effort. So it's going to be interesting. Plus, she also has the benefit of like, well, I've beaten you more than you've beaten me, so good luck to you, right? I don't think Anisimova is going to have as much any pressure. Like, yeah, she's going to have pressure. She'll put it on herself, but it's all on Sabalenka. The final will be all about Sabalenka and whether or not she can finally get a slam after 12 months of great tennis and as being number one, right? Being number one without a slam, even if she has one in the past, she's number one without a slam. That's people are going to be like, what the hell is that all about? You haven't won a slam for 12 months. How are you number one? Questions happen, right? So that's a whole nother thing. Like Sabalenka kind of needs to win this, right? To kind of, I guess, justify to those people that don't think she's number one that, hey, I'm still the best. I won a slam. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more pressure on Sabalenka. Anisimova can just do whatever she wants. And whatever she does, it's going to be better than Wimbledon. Easy. She can't make it. She can't get any worse, right? Can't be any worse than Wimbledon. So she's got nothing to lose, and it's going to be. She gets one game already better, right? No matter what, it's going to be a better final than the Wimbledon. The head-to-head, I think I want to say 5-2, 6-2 maybe. It's pretty one-sided. I mean, Anisimova owns Sabalenka. It's pretty bad. 6-3 Anisimova, including the Wimbledon win. They played it 2 times this year at the Slams, and Anisimova won the Wimbledon semi, but Sabalenka won at the Roland Garros, which is interesting. So they've it's a huge rivalry. They played at every Slam now as well, which is again crazy to think. They've played 9 times. This will be the 10th time they've played, and they've played at every Slam. And Anisimova's won at at every Slam. She won in 2019 Roland Garros when they first played on that venue. 3 versus 2 in majors. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the head-to-head. Yes. Cam, that's not something that anyone or Sabalenka would care about being number one and not having a slam. Disagree. Maybe Sabalenka doesn't care, but I can guarantee you that as soon as if Sabalenka doesn't win the US Open and she's number one, every time we watch Sabalenka, she's going to get the BS of fake number one. She's going to get the BS of doesn't deserve to be there. She doesn't want to slam. Fake number one is always and I hate that. So I hope she wins. So we don't have to hear that shit. But all that's that's definitely going to happen. Definitely going to happen until Swiatek, if she overtakes her eventually, it's going to happen. It happens. Even if she has still won Grand Slams. But if you haven't won Grand Slams in the last 12 months, when the rankings are based on 12 months, people are going to question, how are you number one? Why are you number one? Right? So, yeah. People will definitely question that. So for Sabalenka, yes, it matters. Big time. And being the best player on the planet, you're supposed to win the slams. At least win the slams at the time, right? It doesn't matter if she won 3 Grand Slams in the past. Doesn't matter. People are going to question, how is she number one if the last 12 months she hasn't won a slam. Because again, the rankings aren't based on what you did 2 years ago. It's based on what you did in the last 12 months. So people are going to question and be like, why isn't Swiatek number one? She won Wimbledon. Like, people are going to ask that question every day. It doesn't matter if you won a Grand Slam last year. And nobody wants to lose 3 finals. Yeah. Nobody wants to lose 3 finals. Yeah, she's made 3 finals, exactly. But Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Gauff have won. So again, I'm not questioning her. I know why she's number one. But I'm saying that all those people that are waiting for her not to win so they can say all this shit are going to say it, and I hope that doesn't happen because she'll win. Because some people don't want to look at she made 3 finals, so obviously she's number one. Because people don't realize that 3 finals is better than actually winning 1 slam and doing nothing else, right? But people don't know that. They don't want to know that. Nobody is saying making the finals is terrible. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that Sabalenka isn't number one. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to be number one. Her consistency is why she's number one. But not winning that slam when you're number one and you've been number one for a year, people are going to question that. And I don't want to have to answer this question and just say what I just told you then 700 times until she either goes to number 2 or she wins the Australian Open or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. We're going to have this question if it's going to be a pain in the ass. Why would she be trolled for being number one without a slam? I don't know. Ask them. Ask the people that are going to, again, come on. You know what's going to happen. People that don't like Sabalenka will find any reason to talk shit. She loses to Anisimova, you know people are going to talk all kinds of shit. You know that's going to happen. Don't pretend like, oh yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, everyone's going to be happy and fine. No, that's not going to happen. People are going to talk shit. People are going to say all kinds of crazy shit that is probably factually untrue because consistency rewards the rankings, not winning 1 slam. As they should. Come on. If you don't like Sabalenka, you shouldn't watch the final, please. Please, for once in your lives, if you don't like watching the player, do not watch the player. For God's sake, please. Can we have one match where we don't hate watch? Please. Or watch the match in silence and don't come to the streams. Watch the match on your own. Watch the match on your own. And scream at how Sabalenka grunts or whatever your problem is with her. Don't come here and tell us, because I don't care what you say about her, all right? I don't want to hear your crying every damn time. Please. And if you're going for Anisimova, then scream her name. Please. Just once, chat. Can we do that once? Can we be positive for once? It won't happen, but I can only hope. I'm asking way too much. It's the internet. It's the internet. Sabalenka has bad record at Grand Slam finals. Swiatek has 0 losses at finals despite reaching 6. Yeah, Swiatek at finals is crazy clutch. I hope it's not a quick match. Yeah. I thought this match would be really quick. So I was shocked that this match was as long as it was. I thought this match would be like less than... I said at the start of the match, it would be less than 2 hours even if it goes 3. Wrong. Who completes the slam first? Jannik, Iga, or Carlos? Probably Swiatek. It's either Swiatek or Jannik. I don't think Alcaraz wins next year's Australian Open, but I think I could see the French Open going to Jannik next year, but also Swiatek could win the Australian Open next year. I think winning Wimbledon and how close she got to the final last year will help a lot. So it's probably going to be pretty close between Swiatek and Sinner, and it'll depend on next year. Because I don't think Carlos are winning Australia yet. Because Yannick's got that on lock. Whereas Sabalenka and she kind of she lost to the Australian Open this year, so maybe it's a little bit more of a chance for Iga. Iga's been so close though. She made the semis and was 1 point away from the final, and yeah, it's probably between Jannik and Iga. But then again, whenever I've not picked Alcaraz, he's won. So it's probably going to be Carlos now. It's probably going to be Alcaraz at the Australian Open because he does things that I predicted. I said, he's not going to win a slam in 2022. He'll probably win one in like 24, and he won 2 before 24. So, so Alcaraz will do it because I have thought it was somebody else. But to be honest, I don't care who gets it first because it's a great achievement. I hope they all get it, and they will all get it probably. And we'll get to celebrate that achievement, which is a huge achievement, which at this rate everyone takes for granted because it's happened so often that we're all like, somebody else did it. That's great. But it's such an achievement that I hope when they do, I hope they all don't do it at the same time because I want to actually be able to celebrate each person doing it individually for a time. I don't want to be like, oh, well, Swiatek did it yesterday. Alcaraz did it today. All right, we move on. Oh, now Jannik Sinner did it at the French. Whoop-de-doo. Like, I would rather just like one of them did it in 1 year and then we celebrate. And then the next year somebody else does it. And the next year somebody else does it. Because it deserves, like, winning the career slam is huge. It's a big deal. And I want to celebrate it properly. I don't want to just like get over it 24 hours later because somebody else did it. You know what I mean? Get some sleep. It's 3 p.m. Why are you putting me to bed? What am I, 3? I'm going to watch the match in silence, not because of Amanda. Oh, okay. We need a bingo card when we watch Sabalenka matches. All right. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. Big day, big night, big matches. It was a big day and it was crazy. Final, Sabalenka Anisimova, rematch of Wimbledon. And that was an epic match then. Let's see if it's an epic match in the final. I'll see you guys tomorrow. For the men's semis, we start with Alcaraz and Djokovic. And then we go into the Sinner match at night. And we're also watching Eala. So, prepare yourselves. Bring tissues if you don't like watching it. 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. Osaka, this close. But still, on the comeback, or on the rise, Osaka. She's back to the top 20. She's had a great run, but Anisimova is in great form. Wimbledon final wasn't a fluke. She won't repeat that result. I can tell you that. That will not happen again. She plays Sabalenka in a couple of days. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the men's semifinals. You want to say bye, man? Do you want to say...